Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Ready, guys?
Somebody's gonna take this button away from me at some point. What up, y'all? Welcome to this week's B2P. Woo! What's up, chat? Tonight we're extremely excited to have the one and only CwoodFPV joining us as our guest. Also the pilot of the week. Shout out to Risco for the Zorro remix. Quick housekeeping notes. We have Rue FPV next week, which we're extremely excited to have. One of the fastest racers in the world here. And on March 2nd, we've got Team Hellfire. Happy birthday shout out to George FPV, Rax, and my son who turns 25 tomorrow, which,
Jeez.
oh my Lord,
Wow.
I feel
You
old.
should.
Happy birthday! So let's get into it. Over to the goons and our guests. What's up, y'all? How we doing tonight?
What up, what
What's
up?
going on, everyone?
Welcome.
Howdy.
Welcome to Shy Woodruffs, aka CwoodFPV. What's good, man? Oh, he froze.
Bye. Next time.
Bye. All right, we had a guest, and then
He looks frozen.
it wouldn't be a show if something didn't go wrong. What's up, chat?
There he is.
Oh, I think
There
he's
he is.
back.
He's back.
Okay, I closed out everything else. Like, there should be no bandwidth problems on my side. I hope.
Well, that doesn't mean that there's not bandwidth problems on our side.
You never know.
You never do with us.
You
It's
never
always
know.
something. But
It's-
they'll work
It's a
themselves
show.
out as we
If it's
go.
a show, there's something probably going to go wrong. I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
It's a live show.
Murphy's
That's what
Law.
happens.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy, exactly.
Yeah.
What up, chat? How's everybody doing? Broccoli
FPV.
in the house, Maddie Blunts, Bubby, Danish Stallion, FPV Mama, what up?
Demons,
John
John
Solo.
Solo.
Who
Good
else?
crowd tonight.
All my favorite people.
Yeah.
I am so we are going to I just want to one more housekeeping note. We're going to postpone Game of Quad till next week. Just throwing that out
Dad's
there.
really upset about it.
I am. Unless we get voted. I always leave the
Now
door
he's
open.
throwing a vote.
I always
out there.
leave the
So you can vote just to watch 2 videos back to back.
I
It's
just
a
leave the door
50-50
open.
chance. I mean, shit gets real
We'd even play
exciting.
it 3 times through.
We could play it 3 times through.
Oh, if y'all are real into it, 4.
We give the chatter time to dissect the video and then make their choices.
Play it frame by frame.
Kind of right. So this is one point. It was at this moment he fucked up. Right. Beep. There it is.
Oh. So what's up? What's going on? You guys get out and fly this week?
I blew some shit up this week, but not in a fun way.
Aw.
Yeah. No fun explosions, just fucking asshole explosions where I build something, and obviously I fucked something up, and an ESC blew up in my face. Like, was hovering it, did everything, went to test turtle mode, but I was right side up, hit that back left motor, and fuck you.
That means you
Lights
yeeted it
out.
right to the ground. You yeeted it right to the ground.
No, it was on the ground. It
So
was on
basically,
the ground. It
eats
just
the
came
ground
out
further.
with a pop flame, and the positive pad on the ESC literally blew off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I got some, like I was telling you earlier on before the chat, I got some flying in today, and I feel awkward because I haven't flown in some time.
You look
And
awkward.
always looking awkward. Tell me, I don't even know. And yeah, I was literally talking to Artie before the show because I went to my spot and it's muddy and crappy, and I was saying, damn, I gotta avoid that mud. And sure enough, I went to go do a line and right to the mud.
Yeah, that's my famous move too, bud.
Yeah.
Quad divining rod. It always finds the water.
Yeah,
It finds it.
exactly.
Quad
There'll
physics.
be
Fine.
one puddle in the middle of a giant area, and I find it.
And I envy you guys crashing because that would mean I got the chance to go fly if I crashed. Dude, it's been
This is true.
Oh shit. I just been
Weather.
flying a sim.
Yeah.
Just keeping my chops up in there.
Yeah, I got to fly yesterday, and it was nice that I haven't gotten to fly in a while too. Just like way too much work stuff, but
Right.
yeah, I got my new pyro. I got that new pyro sport pack, and I'm just
Oh,
like
nice.
so pumped to use it because I've always had a bag where you have to put bags inside of other bags and your remote, your radio in a
Yeah.
case, and then put that. I'm like, I'm done with it. Like I pull up to a spot, I'm in the air within 30 seconds. It's awesome.
Nice.
Which bag is that one? Is that the media? Because I know there's a big one.
Wait.
Dude,
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Wait, FPV Mama, is that your birthday? March 10th? Because mine is mine's March 6th. So that's Pisces United. I'm just putting that out there.
FU area is the 24th right here. Oh shoot! So wait. Oh wow, we're born the same year too.
And I'm older. I turned older than dirt in a month.
Wait, so that
Yeah,
means
he's a
that
senior citizen. Like, he starts
Yeah,
getting
pretty
that
much.
discount.
The Medicaid and stuff starts kicking in.
the AARP discount coming in, buddy.
Get my
I think
discount.
we're all in that same range, so let's not get too specific here.
Oh, wow. Well, I am not. I am a very young 37 years old, and
Damn, am I the youngest one in the fucking stream?
Yes.
You are.
you're 35.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
How old are you, Chi? Man, we asking.
44.
Pisces
Oh,
for the
okay.
win.
You're
That's
a
right.
youngin'.
I'm the second
Right.
oldest one here. Fuck my life.
I don't even want to hear it.
Hey,
Mine's
Leave
Effie
it
Mama.
up,
That means that
everybody.
wait, all of us. Wow, Effie Mama and me were actually wow. She's literally 2 weeks older than I am because I'm on the 24th.
Have you got me beat Will Brown? I don't. Do you? What year were you born, Will Brown? I think we were born about the same year.
hey, Tintin Ilbro in the house, Asylum in the house. What up, everybody?
Will doesn't
Broccoli.
count, bro. Will doesn't count.
Is Will older than me?
Are we doing an age comparison?
Yes,
Is
we
that what
are.
tonight's?
We're doing it right now.
Dude,
Ew,
Will doesn't-
astrology. Yeah, I don't really subscribe to astrology, but per se.
Will doesn't count though.
How do you not subscribe to astrology? Like you just don't believe in stars?
That's astronomy.
It's not real.
Astronomy. Okay.
I don't
Touche.
believe it's no, dude. The Earth is flat, bro. It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
One more.
Will Brown does have me. Oh my gosh!
Wow, by 6 years. You don't look the age, brother.
No, he doesn't have me by 6. He has me by 3.
Damn.
But
Will doesn't count though.
That's all right.
Will age till 80, bro.
Yeah,
so he doesn't count.
We'll go to the home together, bro. Let's go.
Fucking whooping the damn gorilla whooping the fucking old folks home.
Yeah, dude.
Just like punching through walkers.
Walkers out the gates.
Oh Lord.
Walkers out the gates.
Yes.
Is it Matty Blunt's
Hey
in the
man,
house?
I'm telling you, if that's what a home's about, I'm in. Fucking tiny whoops and walkers and power loops and folks.
Dude, you can
Let's
set up
go.
the ultimate.
You'll have nurses to turtle you, so it's all good.
Boom. Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to run like
Hey,
you
I
have to
got
run
stuck in the plant. Go get it.
Get it. Yeah, go get it. You freaking snappers.
That would
My
be
day we had analog.
Fantastic.
They have to run like
Acts like he's
2.535 expo. Keep the fucking
Hey,
hands from jerky.
we're young in our hearts,
Parkinson's.
Will Brown. We're young in our hearts, bro. It's all
Young in
that
your
matters.
hearts and your thumbs. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Young in the thumbs.
Maddie says he doesn't believe in outer space because he's always in space.
Don't
Well,
believe
that's
it.
truth because I mean,
You don't
the
subscribe to
only thing that
astronomy?
separates you from the fucking rest of the fucking vacuum of space is a fucking little tiny thin layer of fucking atmosphere that just can disappear at any moment and fucking suck us all into space.
Wait, you said suck all?
John Solo.
Dude, I know I'm trying to leave it. I was trying to leave it on the table, John. I'm really trying to leave it on the table. We always have that moment where we go there. So
that should be a topic for another night. Whoops. Like whooping the old folks home. Like, what do we do when we retire? Right?
That
We're
should
not
be
going
a
to stop
topic for
FPV.
someday.
So
Yeah.
we need to come up with
That's when I
something for that.
fucking increase the amount of FPV I do is when I retire.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's the young half a thumb. That's all I'm saying. Young in that 1.5.
No, it's doable because look at what Chad.
We
Remember the sheriff that we met on Long Island? He's retired and he's FPV.
Mhm.
Remember that? Yeah, he was flying. Fuck it.
Well, you better get that 401k right because you ain't gonna be able to afford FPV on Social Security. That's
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey,
No
well, that's
doubt.
why we're talking whoops. We're talking
That's
brush.
why we are talking
brushed whoops.
I'll be still
That's why
3D
we're-
printing and stuff though. I'll have income. I'm good.
Chad is gonna
My
open
broke
up.
ass can afford FPV now. I can afford
No,
it
it's
after I
simple.
retire.
It's simple. In Chad's defense, he's gonna open an Only Walkers fan page, and then he can get the money.
Only
he wants.
Walkers fans. I mean, I didn't buy that camera
Yeah,
for
it's
nothing.
market.
Damn it, we're gonna make use of it.
Absolutely. So to get out of the OnlyFans,
Bubby wants to know if
and-
Shy's going to Rampage. Put him on the
Well-
spot.
I'm gonna try my best to go to Rampage.
How about them poor people tickets? Because I'm gonna need one of those. Hint, hint,
Right?
nudge, nudge.
That's called a live we got
We got a
Video right there.
we might have a bot in the chat. Heads up.
Oh, where?
Sister 19. Yeah, bye. Thank you, Forevermore. Wrenches, I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, good looking.
So
out,
what else?
folks.
So what else have you guys done FPV related this week? Then before we get into the nitty gritty, I know what I know what I did, but it's kind of FPV related.
Is it kind of FP? I mean, it's OnlyFans. I mean, it's first person for sure, but is that really? Does that really make it FPV related?
No, I spent some of you guys might have caught some of the pics though, but I spent last couple of days working on Goon Squad swag. So there are some items coming soon to get a Goon Squad shirt because some people are asking. So we're making that happen. So I spent a whole bunch of time working on that stuff, and it's about to hit soon. So I'm just throwing that out there. Shameless plug.
Bam.
Bam.
Well, let's get into the nuts and bolts. We got Wood all the way out here from the West Coast on our East Coast little live stream here.
You guys are
How
staying
you
up
doing
late for
tonight,
me.
bro?
I'm good. I'm good.
We appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, when are you coming now to
That
the
was
East Coast?
Would that
I
be
hope-
Rampage?
It should probably be Rampage, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to give them a good reason to come this far.
For OnlyFans.
For OnlyFans.
Nah, I'll be on
that could work.
Pets.com.
Oh lords. So Shot, tell us a little bit about yourself for everyone who hasn't seen you before or met you in person.
Yeah, I got into FPV about 3 years ago. My daughter was in a middle school engineering class, and they said, well, we're going to build a mousetrap car, and they're going to build a solar powered car. And we said, well, let's build a drone. And it kind of got me into it. She flew for, all of, probably 3 or 4 months and was like, Dad, you're not cool anymore. I'm going to go hang out with my friends. But I totally got sucked into this and loved FPV. So it was a fun experience. She was like 12 years old, learning how to solder and just,
That's
take
awesome.
something from start to finish. We did, what was it? One of Tarek Malouf, Cyclone FPV. He had that build kit that you just bought. We bought 2 kits and we just watched his video from start to finish and built them both. It was a great experience.
Were you aware of
That's awesome.
FPV before it, or was that your introduction to it?
That was our introduction to it. Is let's build one. And
So when you,
we had one of those. You remember those little Cheerson little
Yeah.
whoop things? They didn't even have video or anything. They were just line of sight. That was the extent of our experience, and then we just jumped right in. And what's her name? Jessica Dronehart. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her.
Yeah.
She saw, like, I'd asked for some help in a forum, and it was like instant. Wow, this is my community. Because when she heard that we were trying to build it, and I was asking for advice, she gave my daughter a full setup, a full build, motors, batteries, ESC, a hobby wing flight. Like the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, I guess I don't need this other kit, But it was amazing, amazing
That's awesome.
experience into FPV.
And did you have were you into any sort of RC stuff prior? Do you have an experience prior?
I tried helis for a while, and then I just kept twisting the main shaft when I crashed, like 10 seconds into a flight. And that was my extended experience there. I always loved RC growing up. I had all the little RC cars that I'd run around. And I had a control line plane too.
Same.
But I know,
Cox.
Yeah, weren't those awesome?
Cox 409 or whatever. Yeah.
I had one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're the same.
Mine was even battery powered.
We're like the same rough. Mine was gas, and I had the ripcord and the whole thing, and I used to fucking bash my fingers trying to start the damn thing with the stupid pull cord, and it would start up unexpectedly, and yeah, it hurt.
Mine never could work right. We got it working a little bit, and then it stopped working. All I would use it for is I'd just take it out into the yard and just swing it around.
Well, dude, if you didn't have enough string on it, you would spin yourself completely dizzy.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
So you had RC cars and stuff. Were you building stuff? Were you into making stuff before, or was it more like just getting stuff in the store and screw around?
Yeah, just buy it. My parents got it for me when I was growing up and stuff. But like I said, I always loved RC, and then wow, you can be first person and fly. Holy crap!
Yeah,
totally sucked me in.
Yeah, dude, it's a whole
gets you every time.
I also
whole experience.
I also went through the pain of helicopters. I was actually a semi-decent chopper pilot, but it's expensive, and you're constantly repairing.
Well, I think the challenge too with that is it seemed like the sim was nowhere near what real life was. At least with like FPV, the sim is 60-70% accurate. Like, okay, yeah, I can orient myself with it. Maybe not do crazy stuff, but at least I can fly.
But in real life, it was not as easy.
No, I kept my props kept, what was it called, the boom strike, where it was one of those pitch blade, and the blade would hit the boom, and then the main shaft, I spent like a shitload of money on.
You'd blow the feather.
yeah.
The feathering shaft is the shaft that connects the two blade grips in the cyclic. Yeah, I used to.
Y'all are
blow
brave
them
as
damn
shit.
things.
I mean,
Dude, those
that
things are
seems.
terrifying.
Yeah, I just feel like immediately I would be that dumbass on the video decapitating his fucking leg or my face.
They are.
And it can happen.
Yeah,
very quickly.
That one young guy killed himself in New York City.
Some young guy.
That he was actually the son of AMA president in New York City. Decapitated himself with a 3D chopper. Once you get
he was real good too.
He was a really good pilot too. Yeah, he was a really good pilot.
I remember that.
Once you get past 450 on the blade span, you're flying a lawnmower. And if you get into carbon props, it's just all the work. Because like you start off with wooden props,
flying swords.
Dude, you start off with wooden props, and you break those super easy a couple times, and you like a boom strike or something, and like a tail boom strike. And then you get into carbon, and then it's just terrifying. Like, and because like when you power up a chopper, and like first you power it up under normal, and then you hit the idle up switch to go into 3D.
Yeah, it's like
woo, and it just goes.
It's like cocking back a Desert Eagle .50.
Yeah.
It is.
I would try it if I got to fly it in an open field with me in a fucking bubble of some sort of protective fucking barrier.
Well, me inside a house. The thing outside of the house. That's how I fly that.
I'd rip that shit out of TV for sure, though.
I read that article. One of my friends flies helis, and he was like, "Yeah, you want to see the heli? Yeah, sure." So he took it to the middle of the field. I literally went to the other side of the field behind a fence. Okay, now start it up because I already knew the horror story within that. So that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to treat them with a lot of respect, man. There's much more than a quad until you get into like macro or X class, but they're dangerous, and you do spend tons of time and money on them. It is a hole in the air you throw money at. Did you ever get into flying 3D at all, Shy, when you were flying them?
No. I blew up those plastic coated balsa props.
Right.
And I like I said, after I twisted the main shaft in a couple explosions like that, I could never get the thing. It would always have issues, wobble in the air. Could never really fly. I could fly nose out a little bit, front, back, forward, but that was it. I never got past that point.
I started with nose out, and then when I was traveling, I ended up buying a chopper, and I bought a chopper in France of all places. And it was a trainer. It was a no tail rotor, the dual concentric with the two props.
Yeah, it's got the 2 level. Yeah,
right. So I grabbed one of those when I was traveling because it was small enough to fit my case, and I would sit in the middle of the arena and I would fly nose in, and then I was able to get into doing 3D, but then I kept blowing them up, and then I moved to New York and couldn't fly them anyway, so I just didn't, and I didn't fly from the time I moved to New York until I got into mini quads, and then when I found out about a 5-inch quad, I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. So what is your background? You had mentioned designing 3D parts and stuff. So what's your background outside of FPV?
My background outside of FPV is just kind of general business type of stuff. I was in the metal industry for a long time, specializing in like aluminum metal products, and then I got into the battery industry. Worked for Trojan Battery for a number of years, and then went to work for Reliant sponsored Rampage last year, my company.
Nice.
So got into lithium batteries 2.5 years ago.
I just recommended Reliant today, actually.
You did?
I recommended it to somebody looking for a field system. Sorry, continue.
If anybody's in FP, hit me up if you need help with them or are looking for one. Got you have a unique end.
You guys have a solar panel for like trickle charging, yeah? Don't you guys have? I thought I saw it in camping solutions or something.
Yeah. I mean, we're compatible with some solar panels, but we're mainly the batteries right now. We're working on expanding a lot of that. But really, the design side of things, I got into because of FPV.
Right.
And, because of 3D printing, I was into 3D printing before I was into FPV. I got rid of my 3D printer when our second child was born, and was like, oh shoot, that's like right when I got into FPV. And then,
I could have used that.
Went back right back into another 3D printer.
What,
but no, I mean, that's,
what printer are you running?
I got an Ender 3 Pro that I upgraded, and then I got the Soval SV01.
You got a Solval? Nice. I recommend
Yeah, I got
those
both,
pretty
yeah.
pretty regularly. I like those Solvals. You got
You know,
your
the Ender was a great machine to start with.
Mhm.
But by the time, like, I still have it still runs. I upgraded that thing so heavily with E3D Hemera direct drive and all the stuff on, just because just so much better for TPU. But the Soval is so nice because I haven't done anything to it, and it's been running like a champ for like a year and a half now, and I've literally done no maintenance, just kept it clean.
Did you
That's
Did you
awesome.
get it with a bed leveler, or are you
No.
running it manual? You just manual bed leveling? That's cool.
That's the thing. I noticed with the Ender, like, I would have to level it every 2 or 3 prints, but the Soval, maybe like once every 20. Like, when I have to clean the hairspray off the glass, that's when I level it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I never level that thing.
Right.
Using stock springs or the aftermarket springs on the bed for the gravity?
Stock. Everything is
Talk about
pure stock.
Solval.
No, we're
Oh, yeah,
talking
the
about
Soval's
the
pure
gravity.
stock.
He's talking about the Solval,
Yep.
yeah.
No, but I'm talking about the gravity with the level bed leveling. If you use the stock springs, I had to go through the same thing. I saw about the yellow ones.
Oh.
It happens, but it doesn't happen as often. So I'm like leveling like maybe once a month, if that, versus every 3 to 4 prints on the gravity with the stock springs. So it's definitely a good upgrade.
What's interesting
Yeah.
is that and we were talking about a little bit before the show because we were talking about the pin, the leveler. What the hell is it called again? The
BL Touch.
The BL Touch, right? We were discussing the BL Touch because I run Prusa's. I have an old China printer that was my first printer that I bought that has a BL Touch, and I've gone through a couple BL Touches on that machine. But I have 2 Prusa's now, and like the Prusa's don't have, you can't adjust the beds. Like the beds are hard mounted to the frame. There's no adjustment. It's all in the actual leveling system. That's how, and it works. It works really well. There's no moving part in the sensor. They put like tags in the bed, and when the sensor goes over them, it reads it and picks the distance, and then it does the leveling, and that's it. It's freaking amazing. That's one thing. For me, it's like whenever somebody's asking me about getting into a printer, I'm like, if you can't afford a Prusa, buy a Solval, because out of the box, you're just getting a much better platform to work from. In my opinion, you're getting direct drive, and it's all metal, isn't it? The hot end's all metal on the Solval.
I don't think so.
No,
what's on the upper? I haven't even torn it apart, so I don't even know. All the gearing is plastic on it, so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's all metal.
It's just
from the feed tube.
The front, because you can have a feed tube, once you get inside the head into the heat break and down into the throat to the actual heater, they're on Enders, on any of the old Mark 8 extruders, any of the old extruders, they would put a chunk of PTFE tube down in it.
Yep.
And if you would try to print ABS, for example, for too long, the heat would break down the PTFE tube and it would start messing up your prints. But with all the E3D and micro Swiss and direct drive hot ends like that, they're all metal. There's nothing you can damage from heat, and they're so much more reliable, man.
Yeah, I think that the Soval still has that PTFE insert down in there. I may be wrong, but that's what I thought. Because I think it only goes to like 240 or 250.
Gotcha.
Max. So that's what I'm like. There's got to be
that makes sense.
PTFE
because PTFE starts to break down about 240 and up. So that was when I built my very first 3D printer, or whatever, 5-6 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna try to print ABS, and I got my TPU all dialed in. I was so excited, I got it working. It took me months and months of work, and then I'm like, I'm gonna print some ABS. I started printing a bunch of ABS stuff, and then I went back to TPU, and all of a sudden my TPU went to trash, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I was like, and then I researched it, and I tore the whole extruder apart, and I was like, oh, pulled the tube out, and it was melted. And I was like, son of a bitch. So
I have never ran ABS.
There's not a lot of reason to with Pet G, but
I fish in the house with it.
But I do run a lot of carbon nylon. And in high temp, like 260, 270, 280 stuff. And so that's why I ultimately went to the Prusas with the E3Ds, and then I changed all of my nozzles to ruby tips. So I never change nozzles. I bought those nozzles
Even with the carbon
ago. Yeah, no, the carbon does not eat the rubies. That's what they're for. Yeah, with brass.
Makes sense.
With brass, you'll destroy them like in no time. Hardened steel will last a while, but
It doesn't work that well.
as long as you never physically break a ruby, you should never have to replace that nozzle.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm with you on the hardened steel. Like I could never get good results with it.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
It's the heat profile.
Yeah, the heat profile. Yep.
Well, with the rubies, I found that on all my profiles, I had to up my temps by 5 degrees, and that pretty much fixed it. The rubies suck up a little bit more heat to get them up to a nice fluid printing temp, but as compared to brass heats up really fast, and it's, you know what I mean, it stays really hot. But the rubies definitely took a little bit more oomph to print it the same for me. Otherwise, all my profiles are the same. And I do recommend them. Like, if you want to get into printing, like, you know, like Risco prints a bunch of like stuff for his quad, even frame parts in some cases. And you know, he's using
ability of that.
He's using a carbon fiber composite, and I mean
Carbon nylon.
I don't think his isn't nylon. I think it's he's in the chat. He might chime in. I don't remember what it is. It might be a carbon PET G or something. It's something else. Yeah.
Talking about Risco,
yeah, Risco's in the
talking
chat.
about atomic filament carbon fiber PET G. He prints top plates out of.
That's what he's printing. Yeah.
He didn't it's not out of it.
And they last quite a while, man. I mean, he beats the hell out of his quad. I've done a lot of Whoop frames, and all of my Cinewhoop ducks and prop guards, I do those out of nylon carbon fiber. You want to print that stuff, you want to up your extrusion molt a little bit, and you want to print that shit hot. You get really good layer adhesion. And you want to use an enclosure, in my opinion. You really want to use an enclosure.
It's armed out of styrofoam. Nah, EPP, bro. EPP,
No,
bro.
It's stalks of celery. Dude, for a meme. Hit the deck in the house.
There we go. Hit the deck in the house.
What was that?
I can't see the chat. I had to close out my my YouTube because of I thought it was the bandwidth issue, so I can't see what's going on in the chat.
It could be.
On your phone.
We'll try to relay questions if they come through for you.
Yeah, I think some early on today. I forgot who it was. I thought you were reading it.
So what are you designing your prints in?
Fusion 360.
Using Fusion 360.
You know, I got to give a shout. I think he was on your show too. Ian Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had been banging my head against the wall for probably 6 months, and been able to do basic stuff in Fusion a couple years ago, and then he did an intro tutorial where he designed a frame. And took everybody through it, and it was like light bulb went on, and Fusion became like the workflow became like 10 times easier. So shout out to Primitive for that. It was really great.
Oh yeah, shout out Primitive. We haven't seen him in a while, man.
I was rapping with him on Facebook yesterday. Yeah.
Nice.
UFDA
out a video.
Just
the UFDA.
Well, other than
crew.
3D printing gear, what are you flying these days?
I got 2 5-inch wasps, a baby wasp, a Cinewasp, and the hex wasp. Oh, and the racer wasp. So like I have like the full woodchuck line.
I know. Ever with you? I want to see. I like to see a Cine. What do you call it? Cinewasp?
Yeah, Cinewasp. Oh, I got it right here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Nice. Hadn't heard of the Cinewasp.
Got a fleet of fucking wasps, bro. That's fucking sick.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Oh, at the hive.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
cool.
What am I running on these? The iFlight 2205 2300 kVs on 6S.
Right on.
4 minutes, and actually I'm running that new DJI Action 2 on here, and I'm getting GoPro. I get about 4 minutes. Hero 8, I get about 4 minutes on this, and then on an 1100 6S, and then the Action 2, I'm getting about 6 minutes.
Nice. That's significant.
4K, 30, 120. What are your settings for your Action 2?
Action 2, not the ultra wide because damn, that lens is so freaking wide.
Yeah, it is.
Just 2.7K. Yeah, 2.7K 30 or I think one of my videos in the intro was we were chasing the buggies at Rocket Pool. I did that in like 4K 60.
Okay.
Just 'cause I had some slow mo in there. It was fun. Yeah, it was a good one.
Because I had the Action 2. I was telling Chad early on this week. I tried 4K, but it pushed my machine a little too far off, so I went back to 2K. I use the ultra wide, but it's true what you're saying. The ultra wide is just obscenely too wide. But on a cool note, though, if you're chasing somebody and they're going slow and you stay low to the ground, it gives that huge illusion that you're going fast and you actually really are. Because I could be going turtle speed and it looks like I'm going 1,000 miles an hour because just that distortion just gives it's a look. I tell people all the time, it's just a look.
Yeah, I would like to use it for like nice, low, fast cruising. Like long, straight, curved lines, and just like soaking up the motion blur.
Yeah, like you could go 20 miles an hour and it looks like you're doing 1,000, bro. Because just that distortion, you see it at the corner where it speeds up.
Sound barrier.
Yeah, so it looks like when you're going faster, it looks like you're going warp speed.
Bubby's asking if there's ND filters for the Action 2.
No. There is a company, I forgot off the back of my mind, they came out with a stick-on version of it on it, but in a pinch, if you have the right mount, yes, Camera's coming up with one similar to the one that's being on the market right now. You can find $36 to $56 for a kit, and you get a ND4, ND8, I think ND16 is an option, or 32 is an option, and you get a circular polarize in one kit. Which is not bad at all.
Does the field of view clear TBS jello guards if you mount them?
Well, that's what I was going to go to next. If you want, I did made a mount for DJI that actually fits the TBS filter on it.
But if you're running ultra wide, do you see the sides of the mount?
Yeah, but you see the sides, right? Yeah.
Yes, you
but
do.
That's only with the ultra wide. What if you scale it back to just a wide type?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Wides, no. Wide to me is the same as I see it like the same as GoPro Super View. The ultra wide on there is just
blasted
like super view.
Ridiculous.
What's gonna be
super view can be a little much.
I'm waiting to see what the. Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm waiting to see what the status is gonna be with GyroFlow on that camera too, because as you know, GyroFlow just dropped a big release like last week, which is looking really good.
It is super impressive.
Have you tried that yet?
That's my one complaint with Rocksteady is the gyro wiggles. All the twin suit chasing that I did on Trub at Matt Burt, that was all with the Action 2. It was great because on my 5-inch I got like 6 minute packs chasing that guy.
But let me ask a question though: Are you running on stock, or how you update the firmware?
Updated firmware.
Really? Because mine doesn't have that. When I first got it, I saw that the jerkiness of it though. But once I did the update, kind of went away. The trick with it to lock it in is you have to make it mount a little softer than normal. I noticed that if your mount is too tough, it gets that jerk. But if it's soft, it gives it time to recover, and you don't get the jerk. That's what I noticed from my experience.
The only time I notice it is it like flying, no problem. Invert, it like 1 in 20 times I invert, it gives that shudder, and then
that little shudder. Yep.
Back to normal. Yep.
Or what you could do is what I learned to do is you start your maneuver and you go slow.
So I remember having that problem with Super V. I mean, fucking Hyper Smooth on the GoPro 7 when it first came out. Like you'd occasionally do a nice fast move, and like it would look like your quad just did massive bounce back or something like that.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
And then you'd have to learn to fly around it. And then the reason I stopped using it was because I was changing my style of flying to compensate for the stabilization, so I didn't like that, so I stopped.
I mean, but it's for the real steady and the hyper smooth, it kind of goes hand in hand. You can't do certain jerks. It's not really meant for that. It's supposed to smooth out your bit. So unlike just like you had to change your style. For me to mitigate that at the beginning before I did the update and soften the mount a little bit though, is I will literally start a maneuver real fast, and when I'm about to come out of that turn or that maneuver, I slow it down the maneuver, so it looks like I'm going in slow motion. But I'm just giving time for the real steady to lock itself in, and so far as of yet, no problems. Anybody wants to know if the Action 2 is durable? Fuck yes. I'm gonna post a video. I literally ripped the fucking mount off the quad. Ripped it right off, hit right into a beam, and the Action had a scuff. That's a little scuff around the bezel of the glass. So it is rugged, and
I think it's on sale right now through something. I think it's like
I was gonna say
it's like $349 or something like that right now.
FPV Mama was gonna post a coupon in the chat. I told her to go ahead. I just want to put that out there. And I got
the Geek Squad warranty, so I didn't care how much I paid.
Yeah, same here.
And on the Wasp, on the CineWasp that you were just showing us, are you gonna? That's what you're gonna run on it? Is that camera?
Yeah.
Actually, bring that back up. I'm gonna bring you full screen so you can show the folks at home. Bring you up here. Move out of the way.
Oh, you use the factory one. Okay.
Yeah, well, I love it because it just clips in.
Keep it up.
And I already had that. Oh, sorry, you can see it. I already had this mount made for a Hero 8, so I can just screw it right in. I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
And I'm not gonna lie though, that mount is pretty darn freaking strong. Yeah. You have to really hit something for it to pop off.
I'm over here like hawking it.
Yeah, and the idea of
I think that's like a lot of people don't see are these little clips on the side that hold the Action 2 in. Mm-hmm. So it's not just magnetic. It actually locks in there. So
okay, that's what I was a little worried about. Like, how does it actually hold?
Yeah, those
I've been too chicken to run it real. I mean, I've freestyled it a little bit, but I've gotten so much more into this recently that I'm like, I want to keep it for the Cinewoop. I don't want to blow it up yet.
Right. Yeah.
That's my concern right now. I do like the look of the Action 2. I mean, answering a question that Bubby said about ND32s, on the Action 2, you don't need it to be that high up. You can get by all day long with an ND8 because of the Action's processing. It's a little bit more contrasty. It's not as the white dynamic range is not as much as the GoPro. So if you're running ND32, you're really running that thing in freaking almost at the bottom of your shutter speed. You can be running, I think, like a 1/30th or less just to get any fitment out of it, even at ISO 100. So the most you want to put on is like on a real sharp day, an 8, and that's just pushing it. Anything above that, every image will look dark. It's gonna look a little too gloomy. My opinion on it. Here's a life hack for you, G. You can actually take the top of the camera, right, and put it on the bottom, because when you plug it into the charging case, it charges. Mm-hmm. You can actually put it on the bottom, and you don't have to worry about killing your battery. You just leave it like that's what I usually do before going to the field. I just charge it, unplug it, put it at the bottom with a magnet, put it in my bag. That's it.
Oh,
and
yeah. I almost always leave mine hooked on there, and it just sits in there, and then I'm like, oh shit, the base is the base is discharged. I always forget.
Is there any option?
You put upside down.
Is there any option on that thing to charge with like a USB cable?
Yeah. Yep.
You can. Yeah. So you could do a balance lead to USB and charge it while you're using it, like on a GoPro.
I think you could.
No,
doing it off your battery,
only with the full base,
or a Beck, whichever.
Right, with full. Right. There's a company out there. They've just dropped it. They're releasing just a mount on the bottom, right? That has the connecting pins with the USB. Here's a catch: you can use it for charging, but you can't use it to transfer.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Fuck.
Yeah,
it's a firmware.
Well, it would be
thing,
good
though.
though. It would be good though if you're, if you have a long shoot day and you want to use that camera for, whichever reason, and you want to keep it running, and charging while you're using it. Something, because that's the nice thing with the GoPros, and also we were doing it for losing weight on the heavier ones. Was just pull the battery and plug a USB into it, run it off a Beck or balance leads or whatever, and then you could keep it rocking.
Hey, Brock.
What's going on, Broccoli?
Broccoli, good night, brother. We were gonna talk trash on you.
He's probably gotta wake up to go snowplow something. So
yeah, he does.
He said,
they got,
you guys got dumped on.
What kind of snow you be plowing?
Broccoli used to fall asleep watching B2P.
Oh, we got evidence of that.
Wow. I know all about the fucking plowing and fucking snowfields, dude. Enjoy that.
Yeah, y'all have fun with that shit. No, thank you.
It's the snow here is already melting.
And okay, you non-snow people. Y'all two right there.
Hey, y'all check it out. FPV Mama dropped a very generous coupon in the chat.
Where? I don't see it.
B2P20. Get 20% off.
Oh, there we go.
Where is that, FPV Mama?
That Rotoride?
I assume it's rotoride.com, but I don't want to make assumptions. You know, make an ass of you and me.
I'm a great ass. Look,
I mean,
we do
a good enough job of making an ass out of ourselves. We don't need any help.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. Wait, Brooke. Why does Fly Fish needs 100 ND? Now he's flying to the moon and back.
I'll tell you, with the snow lately, you could damn near use a 64 or more.
Yeah, you can.
Because Florida is like right next to the sun, and you know. I mean, not for nothing. I've talked to a lot of Florida pilots that were running camera butter and TBS jello guards on top of each other and running over, like they were running 64 or higher just to deal with a full sunny day in Florida.
Yeah, direct.
Could you imagine if Florida had snow? It would be like,
Shit, that's what I said. I don't know if y'all been to Colorado, but Colorado sun on the snow is brutal as fuck.
Yeah, the last couple of days here, it's been like that, actually. It's like I look out the window and I'm just like, yo, dude, I'm just close the blind a little bit.
I can't imagine dealing with that every day. Just no.
Dude,
thank you. I did that for a couple of years. It was no fun.
I was just talking to Edwin yesterday, and he's like, "Dude, you got to come to Florida. Get out of there." I was like, I hear you, brother. Trust me. I'm like, for real.
Trust me, I've been to Florida.
My soul. I need to get out of Massachusetts, man.
I used to live in a house, bro, and I lived in a corner. And in New York City, if you don't plow your corners, they give you a ticket for that. And you don't know how many times we've missed by an inch or two and we get a fucking ticket. So I'm glad I don't live in a house.
That's insane.
Yeah, they like that. They do that, especially if you live in a corner house. So now I live in an apartment again. And but I park my car in the garage and nobody plows that shit. So who's gonna plow it? Yeah, you know, because nobody's gonna fucking do it. Pardon my French. And I fucking.
It's your garage. You do it.
It's not my garage.
If it was my driveway, I'd plow my driveway.
But here's the thing, though. Where I park at, I'm at the back of the parking lot, and I'm in a weird zone. So it's in the back of the garage. Is on a hill. So when it melts, I get the snow melt. When it rains, I get a puddle, not a puddle. You can say like a little pond right in front of my fucking car. So I get the bulk of it, and nobody cleans that place. Nobody, not even the porter. So one year I cleaned it, and he looked at me and he was like, "You have a snow machine?" And I looked at him, I was like, "No, I did it by hand." He goes, "I swear you did it with a machine." I'm like, "No, I did it by hand. Stuff that you got to do, but I got to get the fuck out of here. So I got to clean up my space." So
that's why I say, fuck the snow. Thank you guys for dealing with that wherever y'all are. I'm sorry y'all have to.
I'll deal with the heat and hurricanes any time of the year, bro. I'd rather deal with that shit.
Seriously.
Yeah, y'all still where y'all at? Just pick up a girl.
Up here we get hurricanes, but during the winter we also get hurricanes, but those bring snow.
That sounds miserable.
It's
winter
awful.
Hurricane?
Dude, they don't call them hurricanes, but bro, they're hurricane force winds. You look at the storm, it's a fucking giant cyclone. It's a motherfucking hurricane.
It's just snow.
You live by the water. Yeah, snow canes.
Well, y'all are depressing me with all this shit, dude. Tell me more about this wasps and your fleet.
Back on topic.
Sorry. Actually, tell us about your team and wasp and woodchuck.
Yeah, so wasp frame. We got Michael Scott Rue and me and oh geez, this is terrible. Like I still it's weird. I got over Rona last week and I still have this fucking brain fog. Like
I understand it.
Goes completely blank.
He's got the
roller.
roller.
It'll come to me in 5 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Well, tell us about the setup on your Wasp 5-inch. What's your main rig? What are components you're running?
Main rig is I have it's my 5-inch iFlight 1700 kV 2306s, and I'm kind of running a Franken quad, for the flight control. I've got a iFlight F7, that DJI F7, the one with the dual gyros. I've had that thing in like 6 quads. It's survived, and it's on its like 9th ESC, I think. And it went from the nice iFlight ESC that came with it, and then I replaced it, and I blew that one up, and now it's down to a $32 Mamba 40 amp 6S BL LES ESC that won't die.
Yeah.
Don't say that's
wrong with that.
Don't say that's already. Wasn't the Mamba you blew up?
No. I blew up a Hobby Wing 40 amp.
You blew up a 40 amp Hobby Wing
20 by 20.
Yeah.
Which at first I thought he had it was the same wiring as the 60, and we were like, I was like, dude, did you leave the 5-volt on? He's like, I don't think so.
All the time.
And then we were all upset about the whole scenario, and then we found out it wasn't even the case. It was funny.
Yeah, it's tragic.
It is kind of
then in my backup, I'm running that was it the Newbie Drone Infinity 20? It's the 20 by 20 40 amp, and that's another one. Like, I've been flying that. It's the F4 flight controller and ESC that comes. It's the Cricket stack before it was the Cricket stack.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And
does it have that heat sink on it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been running that thing for like 2 years. It's been in 3 quads, and it won't die either. So yeah.
Bubby says the Hobby Wings suck. They randomly die. I don't know. I can't speak to the 40 amps, to be honest. I only run the 60 amps, but I will tell you, and I had actually talked to Artie about this the other day, but I do not run the 5-volt. Don't use a 5-volt off a Hobby Wing 60 amp. Take the cable out, throw it away. Do not use the onboard BEC. If you happen to short your 5-volt rail in the slightest, you'll kill the whole ESC. Like, the whole ESC just dies, because the 5-volt BEC powers out and the CPU of the entire 4-in-1. So if you kill it, the whole thing's done.
That's a design flaw.
But
design flaw, yeah.
Dude, I've talked to him about it. All I run on the 10-inch rigs is Hobby Wing 60s. If it's not APD, if it's not high, if I'm running 6S, I'm running Hobby Wing. I just wanted to put that out there because we talked about those. I only speak to 60 amps. Yeah, I don't run the 5-volt. That's all I can tell you. If you avoid the 5-volt,
I haven't tried the 60 yet, but I got one right here.
Cyber Cafe, that's for Rotor Riot. So tonight, I don't know to when. I don't know if y'all want to chime in. So 20% off on most products on the Rotor Riot page.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man, that's awesome. That's
20% off
amazing.
frames,
Thank
parts,
you so much,
hype
guys.
train motors, and built
That's
drones
awesome.
on Rotor Riot.
And pre-built drones.
Other two pilots on our WASP team are Japstar FPV and Ricky Peacock.
Oh, Ricky,
nice.
right on.
So yeah, see, here it goes. It came right back there.
Until
Slowly but
February
surely,
28th. Holy cow!
Don't count this guy. Well, that's awesome, man. And you said you were running the Mamba on the main. You're running a Infinity stack or a Infinity ESC. You're running the iFlight, same
Both.
iFlight on both.
Oh no, the Infinity is the Newbie drone.
Gotcha. Got the whole stack on there.
Yeah.
So what else are you running on there? You are a digital pilot. You're running the DJI, correct?
Yep, DJI. When I first, I didn't trust the Caddx Vista when it first came out. I'm like, yeah, no way, I'm not gonna go. Like, I never had good luck with like Caddx Turtles or anything like that. But the Vista, like, I've broken the bind button off of them. I can't kill them. So no complaints there. They've been great.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I've been seriously thinking about just taking a dive. I just want better vision. Everybody gets so close to things with digital.
I don't care what you fly as long as you're flying, but I'll tell you,
Amen.
It will. I think it helps because you can see everything. Like, you get better because you can see.
More confidence, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm actually, it's funny, I'm having this conversation with Bubby about this. The Reaper. I gotta talk about the Reaper. I really want to try the Reaper, honestly, but the problem is 96K is bad for large quads.
Yeah, don't run
48K can actually be kind of bad for large quads. The problem is as you go up, I just want to touch on this really quick. As you increase PWM on an ESC, you lose braking force. And when you have really big props and motors, you need all the braking force you can. So
Makes sense.
there's a lot of 10-inch pilots and large quad pilots will run 24. I'll run like a high D shot, but I'll still run a low PWM. And the caps that come on the Hobby Wings, I hate them because I don't know why they pre-solder them. Bubby was saying they think that's the perfect cap, but they don't work for high voltage big rigs. Vista from 9 to 5, air unit in the evenings. That's funny.
I've heard that once or twice.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's accurate.
So you don't trust? Do you trust the Vista now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like I say, I can't kill one.
Nice.
I had one that I had broken the bind button on it partially, and every time I'd do like a real aggressive stop maneuver or I'd wall tap or something like that, video would go out. Like, fuck, I finally fucked up a Vista. And then I finally picked it up when I got home and I looked at it and I wiggled the bind button and it fell off, and then I flew it and I'm like, oh, it's fine.
No, it's all good.
It's so weird.
It's all good now. Send it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
48K. I run 48K on all my 5-inch and on my 6-inch quads, but as you get bigger, you actually want to lower it. You want to lower it. Because, like I said, you're losing braking force. I've had long conversations with Ryan Harrell from the Mini Quad Test Bench about this very topic, and we'll get into it gladly another evening. But there are benefits of running lower PWM on a big machine. Do you fly anything bigger than 5-inch?
I have I had a 7-inch and I took the air unit out of it. But that's the biggest I have. And really kind of the reason I took my 7-inch apart is because I got my 5-inch Hex Wasp, and that thing will rip a GoPro 9, in a 2200, MOAR CNHL 6S for like 6.5 minutes at 60 miles an hour, no problem. So
nice.
There's no need. I don't really need
you didn't need the extra surface area.
I have yet to build a Hex. I have not built a Hex as it stands.
Super fun build. Brain Radix 2, that H7, and it's a little wonky soldering up and bridging the right pads. And individual LS40 slim SpeedX ESCs. SpeedX. Fun build, super fun to fly, and shit ton of power and yaw authority.
Yeah, I can imagine the yaw authority is fucking insane. I mean, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And with a Hero 9 and a 2200 mAh battery, I clocked it on the GoPro. 17. Those are those iFlight 1700 2306s. Top speed 92 miles an hour, like flat out.
Damn.
Yeah. For
I think
for
that
a 2.5 pound quad. Yeah.
That might outrun a dingo. I think it might. Demons, that may be your answer. Put your baby on a Hex.
I'll just put this out here. On March 2nd, Demons and the rest of Team Hellfire are going to join us, and there's going to be lots of conversation.
I want to hear the story about how the dingo ate your baby.
Dingoes and emus. We're definitely going to get into it.
Yeah, we're all from the same age group here, guys. We all know about Quigley Down Under.
Right. Oh my god, I hadn't even thought about that.
397.
Well, she said it. Dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's right.
A dingo ate your baby. G'day. We gotta spend all Monday like brushing up on our Australian.
Yeah, I'll let you do that though.
I'm not gonna butcher that
shit. Emu talk. Speaking
of Emu Talk, what are you using for firmware? Are you a Betaflight guy, a KISS guy, or
I'd have
purely Betaflight 4. I think I'm at 4.2 still, something like that. I haven't jumped on the new new firmware. Everybody, I really want to try that KISS was at the G4.
Yeah,
It's nice. It's really nice.
I really want to try. Everybody's saying like, "Oh my god, it's
it's finally
it's the
an
real
OSD
deal."
fucking chip on a goddamn board. Thank God. It only took 5 years.
I like how I got the G4 and didn't use analog.
It didn't use the OSD.
No,
You're an asshole.
But it does fly real nice. I am an asshole.
Well, if you're running, is that on DJI or is it on analog with no OSD?
DJI.
Greg.
Say that again?
Were you running that? You said you got it and you were running it on DJI?
Yeah. I was just using the DJI OSD.
Let me ask you that really quick. How does the DJI
Trinity in the house? What up?
How's the integration? Does the PID control stuff work with KISS, like in the goggles on DJI?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long it works for the PIDs, but certain rate profiles will be leaving you pissed off if you have them.
The reset thing, right?
Yeah, they'll reset your PIDs if you. It's a weird bug with certain values in KISS that don't translate well to the DJI OSD. So if you have those values set and then try to alter your rates in the thing, it just shits on it. But the PIDs are fine.
Right on.
But the PIDs you can adjust fine, but your rates are not cool.
Not for me.
Yeah. So, wow, that's good to know.
I almost never use. I always forget about that. I almost never use that in my goggles.
I don't use it on my DJI setups because I'm running Helios and the MSP communication can potentially corrupt some of my settings. That's the one downside. Hopefully DJI will do the display canvas update at some point. But with MSP, it's calling all Betaflight stuff. And since eMoveFlight and Helio don't line up one for one, it can call the wrong thing when you're trying to use the OSD. I like to tune in OSD on analog. Like I love it. Like I will sit there. I'm so fast. But with the DJI rig, I've just plug it in, change it, send it. But that's one of the downsides at the moment.
I'm curious because when was the last update? July of 2021?
Dude, there hasn't been an update in ages. I was just talking about that. There's not been any sort of DJI update in ages.
I mean,
I'm not complaining too much because everything works, but
it mostly works. I mean, like I said, if we had display canvas supported for OSD, I think that would be better. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, it's mainly because certain things, like on other firmwares, if you want to run OSD on other firmwares, you can get some funkiness, and that's it. Whereas display canvas has the ability to unify that. Because MSP communication actually sucks. That's something we're trying to do away with on eMoveFlight as much as possible. Is just get away from MSP communication because it's without getting too technical. It's developers set values for an MSP number, and from firmware to firmware to firmware, if they don't all line up, when an appliance or a device is using MSP, there's no way to account for every firmware that's out there. So they set it to the most popular thing, which is Betaflight, obviously, and that's what it is. But if you try to use it on something else, you can run into problems. KISS is the best, though, hands down.
Well, my friends that have it,
when you can actually get it in stock. Sorry.
Yeah, it's in stock. The people that have it and the people that are flying it, like when they plug in and they take off, like I can hear. It's just cleaner. You know what I mean? It's like you can hear it and see it in the flight characteristics. Totally.
It is special in my opinion, but
it was a game changer for me when I fucking went from
same.
When I went to KISS. Like it's like all the things that I was fighting with the quads just weren't there, and it was just locked. I'm like, wow, I could just actually fly without having to worry about stupid bullshit.
Yeah, it just felt way more organic to me.
Yeah.
When I started flying it, there was less work to get it to a point where it flew great.
Mm-hmm.
Someday we'll have to bring Fedorov back on. We were one of the very first shows B2B.
Yeah, where I can finally get a KISS Ultra set up.
we had Fedorov and Alexander Wolf on, and it was one of my favorite conversations. And we got really nerdy about what's going on under the hood in KISS. The way they do their PID control and stuff, it's pretty interesting. But they do an 8K over 1K, basically, is what they're doing. So they're doing 8 times the sampling of the actual loop time. Trying to make sure I'm saying that right, thinking about it right. But yes, they do 8K over 1K. Whereas, you know, Betaflight does 4K, and, you know, Emu Flight, or maybe 8K, depending. Whereas Emu Flight allows you to go up to 32, and other things also allow you a little bit more variety. 4.3 is giving Emu good run. Yeah, I've heard pretty good things about 4.3 in general. You know, and the thing is, for me, I mean, I'm gonna be forever stuck on Emu as it stands because of, unless I buy other hardware, because I'm a Helio guy, and there's no Betaflight.
Somebody asked that question. No support. Somebody asked a question the other day. I was like, nope, you're gonna have to go to Emu.
Bubby's pocket reporting people, and let's see.
He reported us to the cyber police.
Tattletales? What?
What?
That's funny. Please don't pocket report us.
Yeah, you can get the G4s in stock.
Can you get ESCs?
Yeah, but I hadn't seen any 45.
I think the 35s have been in stock, as well as that 35 all-in-one that they have.
Bubby, are you on a plane?
If you want to build a smaller drone,
yeah,
or you can build a bigger drone with it, you can.
That's why you have to get Bubby, like the MVP of tonight, bro. He's been chatting with us the whole entire time.
So is FPV, mama.
Bro. So technically, look, look at it this way. We're all here sitting down or sitting in the car or
that's dedication right there.
He is flying.
As we speak.
As we speak. Well, in 4 minutes he's going to be landed, but you know, just saying though.
Once they cut Wi-Fi off.
Yeah. Bye.
On the approach.
Bye.
Once I get to about 500, 600 feet, I've turned my phone on and get service. So
nice.
Yeah. So
breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us while you were flying. Hell yeah.
So how did you? I'm sorry, I'm probably asking a redundant question, but how did you originally hook up with Woodchuck? Like, how do we cover that really?
Yeah, we, me and Christian, you know, when Bubby was designing that, you know, kind of working through with the Wasp in the beginning, you know, when he gave him that frame, I did all the prints for it. And
we covered this before the show. Right.
Yeah. We met, you know, I've known Christian Tesoro for a couple of years. He's probably one of my oldest flying friends. And he's really more into fishing now than flying. I wish he would really come back and fly more with us. But you know, they're like, oh, you know, we got to get the prints for this. You know, for whatever reason, they weren't going to meet at the same time. So I just did the prints and then, you know, went out there and dropped him off to Bubby because I'd seen his DJI video where they loaned him that, and when he was in the parking garage, and his flow was just unreal. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, this kid, you know, I got to do it. You know, print this stuff for him and give it to him because, and then, you know, and then when I met him, and he's such a good soul, you know.
Yeah. Good people.
Great kid, great family. Yeah, good people.
Nice.
Yeah, Kevin Steele is a super awesome person. He was offering to cut some Goon Squad. I mean, way back when he was just getting started, he was going to cut some Goon Squad arms. He actually made some. They were just arms that had Goon Squad he carved into it. They look so dope. They're so dope.
He's been kind of in like 3D printing. It's like I keep telling everybody, it's a gateway to harder CNC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been chatting with him like, you know what kind of, you know, CNC machines he runs, everything, and for whatever reason we got onto it. I bought a 100-watt CO2 laser that I can cut big, you know, 3 by 4 foot panels with up to 3/4 inch acrylic and plywood and shit. So
fat.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been wanting to build.
He's a great friend and a bad influence on me.
Apparently,
100-watt laser is no joke. I've been wanting to build a rig, a CNC and laser system so bad. Get a bunch of extrusion and go crazy. Just like, you know,
That's awesome.
Because I mean, if you're into 3D printing and you understand 3D printing, the CNC is totally natural. Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there might be a couple more
Basically.
axes, but like with the laser, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot faster and a lot more gratifying than 3D printing that I'm waiting 12 hours. Oh, wait, that cut? It's going to take 3 minutes. Great.
Right.
I can only imagine, dude.
Must be cool to watch.
Yeah, my friend, he has a CNC in his shop, and when that machine start going, you like,
you know,
you get stuck with that way. My father still does that. Every time I sit there printing, my father, like, he walks by, I take care of my father, and you'll see the machine start going. He goes, oh, what are you printing now? And I tell him XYZ, and you see him after the conversation ended like 5 minutes ago, and he'll just there looking at the machine. He doesn't know. I have no idea. He just looks at the machine like.
Yeah, since I've been printing here at my family spot, like they're all like very interested. I've been making stuff like crazy, like vaporizer mod cases and all sorts of stuff for the family, and it's hilarious.
Too much time in your head.
I made my nephew a PlayStation holder and all sorts of crap. But I was gonna say, bug Kevin and tell him I'm still waiting for 10-inch wasp.
10-inch wasp.
10-inch wasp. We talked about it a while ago.
I hope he's listening tonight.
I'm waiting for the 10-inch wasp. Bro. It's got to have motor patterns for a 3115 style motor, and let's go.
Mine trying a wasp frame.
It's gonna be a slam wasp.
A slammed wasp.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the only.
10-inch everything.
I want to 10-inch all the things. Whoa. What happened? Uh-oh. Whoa. Ha! Well, we have a technical problem. I don't know if I'm still streaming.
His window.
Whoa, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. That was crazy. Everything just went kabooey.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, whoa.
We were
I thought you were just holding us in suspense real quick.
No, dude, I don't know what happened. It was like I had like an internet dropout or something.
Yeah.
Flyfish says he's told him spring. Okay. All right, well, we're back. Whew. Mission control back online. Freaking hell, that was weird. It was
we're safe.
And we're back. He needs to make the arms 10 millimeter carbon though.
10 millimeter carbon arms. Okay.
So the way, every macro I've been building is the bottom half of the macro is about 18 millimeters of carbon. It's 4 millimeters of bottom plate, 10 millimeter arm, 4 millimeter of build deck. And then, you do standoffs and stuff. But I was actually going to, and the nice thing about those builds, even when you kind of slam them, you can still fit a DJI rig in there. But that's also the thing that I honestly, the whole advent of digital has annoyed the hell out of me because it killed slam builds.
For real.
Yeah.
It killed slam builds.
You can't do a slam build with a DJI Air unit or a Vista in it.
Not anywhere.
But at the same time, I mean, like, man, I want better view, so whatever that takes. I mean, I haven't seen
it won't be
anything
long
else.
before it's slim.
It's a tough one, man, because in my
Look at
humble
the naked.
opinion,
They got the naked one now.
Yeah, you could go naked.
Naked
Vista.
I think Maddie was saying he was actually building something right now with a naked Vista.
As long as you're not sacrificing the durability of it,
Maybe could made that up, but I think that's what he was talking about.
6 meter by 10 meter sheet, honestly. Yeah, because like I plowed my 10-inch Bandolero into a field like a couple weeks ago, bro. And I literally tore the battery off the frame. The battery hit the GoPro, ripped the entire GoPro mount and everything right off the frame, and I broke 2 props.
Nice.
And if I would have made that same crash with a 5-inch, the quad would have been destroyed, dude. There would have been nothing left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, damn it, there was something I wanted to say about the Wasps. We were talking about slam builds, though, man. And I mean, I feel you on the image quality of DJI, but some of the old slam builds, like my 6-inch Bandolero I think I have 6mm standoffs on it, 6 or 8.
Damn.
It's
Jesus.
literally one board. It's one board, and then I run external. My flight controller has an AIO, has a PDB built into it. So the FC has an AIO, ESC's on the arms, and I have a freaking VTX in the trunk. And it's literally like, dude, it's like this tall, and it flies freaking unbelievable. There's really no quad that I own that I feel handles better than that build. And
the rigidity of Bandoleros they just lend themselves to just an awesome flying quad.
That is the one thing I do really like about the Player One is how, it's low.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 6mm, but it's low.
Yeah, it's planted.
It's pretty crazy actually how slammed the OG Bandoleros were. And then there was the Flyno. What was that Flyno one? Remember that? Was that the original? We were at the original Rampage when they brought that Flyno out. I don't remember what it was called.
That's the same one that Tack was flying.
Right.
I don't remember what he called it anymore now. But those were cool.
Those were cool too. Yeah, I miss slam builds.
They were like the original, like chameleon style build.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With that kind of caged front where the camera was.
I just don't like, freaking fuselage of the quad is this big, and then your battery's way up high now, and your CG just kind of all goes out the window.
Man, I came from the Alien. Give me the bus. I like a bus.
You like a bus?
Yeah, man. Whatever. I fit everything in there fucking easily, and I don't have to get so creative with running things. Yeah. It's so much nicer.
Yeah.
Before
my Player One and before my Wasp, all I would run is Source Ones. And those things I would, what they come with, 30mm standoff?
Yeah, they were tall. They were plenty of room in there.
I think I knocked it down to 20. And I was like, okay, that's enough room. And
yeah, that gives you enough. Yeah, that's what I ended up with the Alien 4.5. So it was like the 4-inch body set up with 5-inch arms because it was a little more slammed. It was lighter. It was great.
I had a Source One on 15mm and with a Ratel, and literally whatever angle I set the tilt on, the camera angle on it, is the angle I can use. I can only go higher. I couldn't go lower. If I try to go lower, I couldn't because the bottom of the camera. Though, so I had no choice but to run. I would say it's probably stuck at 30, but I got so used to running slam designs that I was just talking on the chat with because I also run a Moxie now, and I'm literally going back to a non-slam configuration and adding to what Chad was saying. The CG throws off, so now the frame is a little more snappier. So I have to start playing on my rates and
Thanks for being Mom. Have a good night.
Compensate for the swing because I feel the swing of the frame when I'm taking turns. Almost feel like a bottom swung frame because of being so tall. But that's just my mindset because I'm used to running slam configurations. I like the configurations because they once they sit right there on the spot. They don't go nowhere. You make a turn, you don't get that bobble.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see where we're at in 3 to 5 years when we have digital that is as small as a Unify is today. And I think that's going to be where hopefully we'll see the return of slam builds at some point when the technology catches up, and because they're constantly shrinking the tech. So it's a natural progression. Tech continually gets smaller. Pretty soon you're going to be able to get an air unit that is a single layer, no thicker than a Pro 32. You know what I mean? It's a matter of time, and that's when it's going to be super exciting.
And there'll be no more soldering. Everything will be plug and play.
Exactly, but there'll be
you're not wrong.
There'll be plugs that will not just fall off.
Right, dude. That newbie drone stack that I have. I crashed yesterday when I flew, and the grass was wet. And I went video lost everything. Oh shit! Did I finally kill it? And then I went over and I picked up like, oh no, the plug just popped out.
I hate plugs, man. I hate
many times.
I hate standard JSTs. The only ones that I've said a million times, the only ones I'll run is the ones going to a 4-in-1 and I bury those into the middle of the build. There's no way they're exposed to the outside world. That's the only JSTs I'll actually use in a build. And then the back of my camera.
I got comfortable with them on KISS builds because you always had 2 plugged in at all times, and they were on the side of the board. And I never had problems with those for some reason. And I would smash fucking quads, like explode everything but the center of it. And
2
never
identical
had a
KISS
problem
quads and they're 2 years old and fucking fine. Yeah. Nothing wrong with those things.
Plugs are fine. The fucking wires aren't fucking chewed loose. Like it's ridiculous. Just good shit.
You know, it's funny. Everybody laughs at me because on all of my small, like all of my, little signal wires and all of my JST connectors, they all get a bead of hot glue over them.
Yeah, hot glue. E6000 is my jam if I need to use it,
That's one thing I need to get is more, I need to get a hot glue gun.
Yes, they're like
starting to see the real value of it.
The nice thing in the
down with plugs
is if you're in a pinch and you have your lighter and just a hot glue stick, just rub it right on there. It works wonders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But of course, if you soldered the fucker, you wouldn't have to worry about glue. I'm just putting that out there.
I don't disagree.
True that. But convenience is worth something.
And I mean, and everybody's got a TS100 in their bag now, so there's no excuse for not being able to solder in the field. So, down with plugs.
I just like bringing enough quads that I can break them and not worry about
exactly.
I mean, that's a good philosophy too. Yeah.
I hate having to fucking repair shit while everybody else is flying. That's like the worst, especially like when you're there with a bunch of people.
I think experience will tell you whether or not you should actually do that. If you look at it and be like, yeah, no, then you just need to have another quad to fly. But if it's something simple like, oh, my video wire came off, let me just tack that on real quick. That's okay.
Or
that takes a minute.
A motor.
Yeah, or maybe a motor if you're running singles. But I wouldn't do it on a 4-in-1 in the field. Like
we
not the
all
way
have
I
that one guy. But we all have that one guy in the crew that shows up and all of his shit is broken and he's soldering on 3 motors and Franken quadding together an ESC and a flight controller.
And then he sends it and he forgot to tighten.
Spagoos, actually.
He sends it and he forgot to tighten up his motor bolts and his motors come flying off or some shit because he was that was our guy. And you know who it is. Speaking of hot glue.
Idiot. Jesus Christ.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. Our guy, like, dude, I swear. Like he would do that. He would be soldering the field, rushing, trying to get in the air, plug his quad in, it catches fire, or he'd send it and the motors would come off, or dude, it was just always something, dude, because he's just always building.
I had a time period of that. Like every once in a while, I just get that where I'm just like too hot trying to get out to do it, and then I just forget some dumb shit, and the motor flies off, and I'm back to square one.
Loctite your shit.
You ever forget to tighten down every single one of your propellers?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, that's a good one, and they all go flying. It's fucking great.
That's why you need the ultimate prop tool. I'll show you right now.
I actually just replaced.
Happened to me in sorry.
I was just saying, I just tore my 10-inch bandolero apart from that crash because I destroyed the freaking lipo leads in the crash, and I'm a procrastinator. If I don't fix it, when I have downtime, I'll be trying to do it the night before flying, and I'll be angry. And I don't like to be that guy.
Oh, I'm a wicked procrastinator.
Like
if I have quads flying, I don't bother with my new shit until like I need to.
Bro, if I got a quad down, I'm like, almost put it, mark the calendar. Like, I gotta take a day and freaking fix this thing before I'm gonna go fly.
I can't. I'm OCD. As soon as I have broken quad, as soon as I get home, that bitch be ripped apart and be fixed.
My bandolero needs a new receiver. That's it. That's the only thing I need to change on it. But I'm like, I just got 2 quads flying.
I'm excited. I think I'm going to get my 6-inch bandolero back in the air soon. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm kind of tempted to convert it to a 7-inch.
And John, not any kind of prop tool.
I almost want to just build another 7-inch band.
Does anybody here have experience with FETEC at bigger than a 5-inch?
Yeah.
Well, you can't go too big because the filtering doesn't go low enough for certain
the biggest
things.
I would do is a 7.
Yeah, I've never done over a 7, but 7's fine.
And that's even, dude, that was part of our conversation with Fedorov. I was like, so what's up? Like, can I build a KISS 10-inch? And after the conversation, we basically agreed that, like, yes, you can, but it's not going to be ideal because the filtering, the way KISS tunes their filters is not meant for the frequencies involved in a large quad. So that's kind of a downer, to be fair.
Briscoe, Spagooze definitely does that.
Your mom's kind of a downer.
I'll be flying with Spagooze, and like I'll be on my way home, and then he'll be fucking texting fucking videos of like small little edited clips. I'm like, bro, you live like 35 minutes away. There's no way you fucking have gotten home already.
When I come home from flying, all my stuff goes somewhere, and I end up dealing with packs. That's all I do for a while, usually.
Everything just gets thrown down.
Everything gets thrown down, and then I have to pull all my packs out in storage, or because I
I
land at 9 volts.
The question is, can he find them? Because he carries like 4 bags every time he goes flying.
This is true,
dude. I've got
I've heard he carries
45 pounds of macro quad batteries, bro, and then one bag is just 10-inch props. There's just no, it's like a duffel bag full of 10-inch props.
This is a true story.
So, are you one of those guys that carries like everything you can possibly carry with you? Or are you a one bag, like put what you need to in the bag?
I like having one bag, and it usually turns into 2. But one bag. That's like I said. That's why I got the new bag. I had the Ethics bag. It was awesome, but it just not enough.
Bags and bags.
4 quads.
Yeah.
So is your bag your bag the size of a mini fridge?
It's the new sport pack, man. I love it.
The new sport pack. I actually haven't.
It's the new power sport pack.
I went from the the freaking low pro like a lot of guys had back in the day, and then I ended up getting a Torval, and I love it. But the reality is no matter what the case is, I need something to carry fucking props in, because 10-inch props, like, dude, you should see my bag. I'll have one bag with fucking quads like hanging off the macros hanging off of it, and then I have to have
like
a fucking
samurais.
Dude, it's like it looks like a lawnmower on my back.
Looking like Leonardo.
I was gonna laugh, right? So there's a spot by us called Highland Park, right? So Chad lives maybe about 15-20 minutes on skateboard, right? So we told him we are gonna be there. He's busy doing something. I forgot what he was doing. He said, I'm on my way. All right, cool. We think he's okay. He's on his way. This man shows up on a boosted board with not only one bag, no, 3 bags.
Oh, I had
on a boosted board. His main bag, his prop bag. I forgot. I think the other bag is miscellaneous shit. I'm just like
hanging from his neck,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, my boosted board would struggle some days because, dude, I'm telling you, just in my like, if
Spagoo said he prefers Hannaford's brown bags for his stuff.
Hannaford's.
If I took the 8S rig out and I had to carry all the 4S packs and then all my 6S packs, and then God forbid I also brought a 5-inch or 2 or the 6-inch, and I had 5-inch packs, then I do macro packs, 5-inch packs, and then 4S packs for the 8S. Dude, it was like I said, I had 45 pounds of batteries. It was fucking ridiculous.
That's insane.
For the batteries, they did the bags for the batteries. That's what it was. There's 3 bags. There's 1 bag for the main gear, 1 bag for the props, and then 1 bag for the batteries.
Oh, weird thing. Cheap ass said he's the guy that carries everything. I always want to fly with that guy. Like everywhere I've gone, every crew I've flown with, like in Memphis, there was always somebody. In Atlanta, there's always somebody that just. You could fucking need the most random fucking piece. It would be a particular motor bell,
and he'd have it.
And this guy,
had it.
Here you go.
Well, that's like
that guy that goes with the bare minimum to get my ass in the air.
Yeah, same.
If I'm flying 5-inch, I can take 1 bag. But as soon as I crack out the big quads, it's a wrap. There's no way around it. I'm carrying minimum 2 bags. 2 bags.
That's the biggest thing for me getting away from the Ethics bag and having the new one is that all my batteries will fit in there. I don't have to carry the batteries in a second tote.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Flyfish.
Good night, Fly. Much love, homie.
Flyfish, have a good one, homie. Thanks for having me.
I think that I got really good at carrying smartly. Like I have pretty much everything I need, and I would have like extra.
Your mom got
I would
smartly.
Easy. I would have fucking low profile fucking prop nuts. I'd have spacers. I'd have some various things. Maybe an extra camera in the bag. All the tools I could possibly need to fix something. But But yeah, man, I don't carry everything. There's no way.
No, and a cage is a fourth bag or fifth.
If I carried everything, I need a fucking truck.
The camera, the casting couch.
Yeah, when I bring the couch, if I bring, that's when I have the
that
three
needs
bags.
its own bag.
When I bring the
also.
3 bags is when I bring the casting couch out, and that's why
the
I
whole casting couch. You bring the whole fucking casting couch.
We found couches on site.
Yeah, you didn't even need that shit.
We find
I used to when I first started flying. I would literally bring like everything I had. Would just go in the back of the car. All the props, all the motors, all the ESCs, all the solder, friggin' everything.
Now what I bring with me is my lipo bag, which I stuff my radio and a few sets of props in there, and my goggles on my head, drone in my hand, and I get in my car and go fly.
Well, now, that's what it's turned into. That, and it was like the first time that we had to like hike into somewhere, or fucking go through a weird fence where you had to walk around something. Then I was like, oh, I can't take everything I own into this place.
Sneaking in
I
the
need
bandos.
to be able to crawl into the motherfucker and be able to get out. And that's when I started.
Yeah. What is it about FPV? And I don't know if it seems like it's the same with all of our group is, backups are everything. One is none.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause you're going to break it, but you might not even need the ESC, but oh shit, it's on sale. I better get 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to buy Crossfire
I already have
receivers.
3 in stock. I better get 3 more.
TBS drops the five, for $100 or whatever deal, bro. I'm buying 2 of them things.
That's if you're a fucking fat tech fucking flyer, you need to definitely buy multiple fucking parts.
Oh yeah, and if they're on sale, that's typically when you have to buy them.
Yep.
With motors, minimum 5 minimum. That's the ballpark. I think there was a group deal going on with when Blue Jay Blue Jay passed away. Jaybird, I forgot his name. Blue Jay.
Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon.
So when he passed away as memorial.
JC.
Yeah, JC, bro. We learned a lot of stuff. He was the original, before Barwell. I think he was the original Barwell.
But he was around. No,
he was around when Barwell. So when they came out motors, to help out the family, I picked up 8 motors. So beautiful motors that were made by Snake motors that were made by. I think they were made. So I broke a bunch of them and finally had like 4 left, and I just gave them to my boss because he loves blue. So his motors.
I take that with everything. If something's on sale and I'm needing it for some reason, it's multiples. It's like, okay, I'm gonna buy 8 motors. I only really need 1, but I might as well have 2 sets just in case.
I can't buy 2
sets.
Now. I can't buy 2 sets because a set is a set, and then I have to buy spares for a set. So if I buy 2 sets, I'm buying 10. Yeah, at least 10 motors. Yeah.
Having all the backups, that feeling you get is the same feeling you get on your cell phone when it's at 100%.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Like,
and it will be months before you need some of that stuff. Like, you may never even touch some of it. Like,
it'll go on sale again before you use it all.
Exactly.
It's a really good flyer.
It's a sickness. Gas is for real.
It did bit me in the ass though once though, but you're right though. It bit me in the ass. I usually have like spare bells or motors. And the time that Buddy came over to New York, we flew to Gates. And sure enough, I fucking broke 2 of my quads and I had no spares for the motors. And Bubby goes, here's a motor. I was like, shit, I got a new motor. Slap that sucker on and send it. Well, he's in the side rebuilding a whole different quad because he destroyed 2 of his quads. So he had to scavenge from each other just to build a freaking a quad up, and he's sitting there for like an hour rebuilding a quad out of whatever scraps he could pick up because he does go hard. If anybody thinks that Bubby is smooth, he crashes as hard as he flies, so he goes ham. He definitely goes ham.
Yep.
Especially if he's like gung ho on doing something, he'll do it. Like he went into that spot and he's like, I gotta do this one thing. And I looked, I was like, what spot? He showed me the thing he wants to do. He walked through it though, and he showed me the videos, and that boy must have crashed like 6, 7, 8 times, bro. But he got it. He got the foot that he needed. So
that's one thing I gotta say for people that if you're just starting out in FPV is that you might see that freaking just awesome edit.
Sick video, yeah.
But you never see what's the carnage behind it.
Yeah, you can see that day where I went flying and all 10 of my packs ended up fucking crashing in the fucking woods, and I had to go get every single one of them.
Yeah,
you don't see that very often.
You tend to see the pretty edited footage, not the journey to get it.
Yep. That's why you always gotta get credit. So for the new guys, you see an epic guy flying. Just remember, there was a lot of thought in going to that particular pack.
It's crazy too. Like if you're carrying an extra GoPro, SD card holder, freaking, I used to
for the GoPro.
I used to carry extra GoPro mounts, and then if you're into racing, it's a whole nother. Dude, the racing guy show up with cases of parts.
Yeah,
man.
That's where backups for backups is not a joke. Like if you have 3 or 4, you've got none.
Yeah, like you need to have like 5 working quads and enough parts to build 2 or 3. Like, and props for days.
And you're lucky if you leave that day with a complete build.
And one thing I used to do is try to keep a lot of builds going, but I found it's better to just keep like 3 solid working quads going. Because
3 is my magic number too.
After a certain point, you just end up chasing problems on quads and taking parts from other things and trying to keep your fleet going when you could just keep 3 solid quads running and then just have like your spare parts.
I'm good with 2 5-inch. I'm not super tough on my stuff. So I mean like 2 5-inch, that's my perfect number.
That's what I have running right now. I have a 3rd that I just need to change the receiver on, but I'm lazy.
Yeah, my 3rd is I like I said, I like to have 3 quads, but I have kind of 1 odd and 2 that are matching. Like 2 that are identical. I
have 2 identical and then 1
then 1 crazy
little
boy.
Different. Mm-hmm.
2 goats and an alien.
I mean, it's like if you primarily fly 5-inch, that's like your main platform. That's one thing. But it's like for me, I would on a serious day out, like we were doing a meetup, I'd have 3 10s, a 6, 2 or 3 5s, and maybe sometimes also drag a Cinewhoop or something with me. Like it was insane. Like because you have 3 working quads in 5-inch, and then 3 working quads in 10-inch.
Unless we're getting something spectacular.
Somebody called you out. Dollar on CwoodFPV says he flies like a screaming banshee.
Oh, Donald. He's part of our little Southern California group here, and I really, for a while, it was a little bit rough because we didn't have a lot of new faces. Don's been around, I think, about a year now. Moose, I got to give a shout out to these guys because, I've been working so much lately that I don't get to fly with them all the time. But man, they are constantly on it, keeping Pyro Drone and RDQ and everybody in business, man. And then on the old greats, Toki and
shout out Pyro Drone.
Yeah,
such a good company.
Yeah. Toki and the guys from the local crew.
Nice.
Let's see. So guess what? It is.
Sorry.
Lightning round. All right, so we got a couple quick questions for you, Shy, and you just got to answer as quickly as possible. Props in or out?
Out.
What are 3 items you might purchase at the grocery store to get strange looks from the cashier?
Geez. Whipped cream, KY, and cucumber.
All right. What is your favorite sim?
My favorite sim? TB the
Velocidrone?
What is it? The Velocidrone, yes.
All right. What in your opinion, what are the best French fries?
The best French fries?
Yeah.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out?
I was going to say that. I knew it.
Prop tool or crescent wrench?
Prop tool.
VTX tables, yes or no?
Hell no. You can tell on digital.
Fly with music, yes or no?
Yes.
Pinch, thumb, or hybrid?
Hybrid. Mostly pinch.
What was the best thing before sliced bread?
Oh, geez, where did this come from? Best thing before flight. Geez, I'm not that old.
Good answer.
And fair enough. Packs top or bottom?
Top.
There we go.
Good man.
There's our lighting round. Woo! So, do you have? We're getting late in the evening. What do you have any video you would like to share with us tonight? Do you have anything you want to share with us tonight?
You know, I was trying to get an edit together yesterday, but jacked my GoPro, bad settings. So no, I mean, not really. Like I say,
it's always the worst.
I had a really mild case of the Rona, and I was locked in for the last week, and I just couldn't do anything. So yeah, unfortunately, no, just my channel. It's kind of out there.
No worries. We got some videos to play along.
Yeah. What are you editing in? What's your editing platform of choice?
My editing platform of choice is on my cell phone, honestly.
Oh,
nice.
All my videos I mostly do in Power Director.
Power Director.
Yeah.
All right.
Pay or free, so free. Pay or free.
It's like $4 a month or something. Yeah, it's the cheap, the lower subscription version of it. It's pretty good.
Nice. I've heard good things about it. Easy workflow.
All right, and then I got one more for you. One more for you is why is FPV special to you?
It just gets you out of, the funk, out of the norm. It's everything I wanted to be when I was a kid. Flying the control line plane and thinking, okay, yeah, I'm in it, and that's just takes you out of reality.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Zen moments.
Can I get an amen?
And actually,
amen.
Get an amen.
I know, my man. Thank you.
I guess, where do you see yourself going in the future with FPV? Like, are you
just having more fun? It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of evolved over time, where it's like you really have that drive to fly like every single day, but pack after pack after pack, and it's just like I want to focus more on like the quality of it rather than just burning junk packs and the same flippy floppies in the same spot. More fun, more meaningful, I guess, time spent with the crew around here too, with friends.
Right.
Absolutely.
I like that. Awesome. Nice answer. I like that.
Have you been getting more into cinematic stuff, or just primarily for stuff? More cinematic.
Yeah. I think the most fun that I've had was we got to go and shoot my daughter's high school marching band. We got to go and loop that, and that was just so much fun. Yeah. I didn't get to see the beginning to the intro video, so I didn't know if you had clipped anything in there from it, but that's up on my YouTube channel too. And it was I
don't think I grabbed from that one.
Yeah.
There was I got blocked from a couple of videos, kind of strangely.
Oh, that's weird.
It's probably my system somewhere, but it happens every once in a while where a certain video, for whatever reason, the encoder the downloader that I'm using just won't take that file for whatever reason.
And I thought that was really cool because we used a directional mic to record them playing their field show.
Yeah.
Without any quads flying. One time they played it really well, and then I matched the music to the flight, and it just came out so freaking good. It probably doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but all the kids that were involved with it that saw it, and and the guys that were there were like
loving it.
Man, it's so awesome,
right?
Yeah,
it's that connection. Why I love the Cinewhoop so much lately.
Absolutely, I definitely think the rewarding aspect of following something that anybody can really appreciate versus just another pilot.
Yeah,
because a lot of the freestyle shit is really cool, especially to us, right? We get off on it, but other people are like, oh, okay,
they don't get it, right?
Why are you moving so much?
Yeah,
exactly.
I just want to throw up.
The way I explain to people about that, when people ask me that question, is like, how can you put up with all that flippy floppy going around? I said, look at it this way. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I can't do the same things I used to do when I was younger. So imagine being on a roller coaster for 2.5 minutes, give or take, how hard you're flying, right? I said, that's what I get for those 2 minutes or so flying. I get a roller coaster ride. I get a kick out of it,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Nice adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
And being
I think that's why we all still do that.
And adding to what RD and Trey was doing about the center whooping may not seem like, oh, it's not flippy floppy, but like adding to what you were saying, when you're doing a particular tight shot, let's say you're doing, a transition between outdoors and indoors, just matching, let's say you're coming from an open field right to an open door or a small hole and you're just going slow. I mean, you're butthole puckers, because you want to make that short
you want it as smooth as possible,
not janky, no variation. Frame it and just go for it, and you still get a kick out of it, though.
Yeah, I certainly do. I love that aspect.
How is
sorry,
I'm trying to keep us going here.
But
stay on target. How is it finding spots out where you're at, Shy? How do you find spots out there to fly? And do you find yourself running out, or are you guys?
It's
still...
the eternal. That's my my roadblock right now. Is it's all the same spots around here. It's nothing really new. And in California, it's eternal. In SoCal, it's like the eternal summer, and there's always soft targets everywhere. Mm-hmm. So the weekends are prime time for office parks and stuff. But and the few bandos that we have, but during the week, it can be tough trying to find an open spot to fly, and you kind of always gravitate back to that same spot where it gets a little bit.
What's the name of that spot? Oh gosh, I'm gonna kick myself. That spot. It's on the coast. It's south of LA a bit. I think it's kind of south LA. It's on the coast. I think Rotorite did a thing there at one point.
Talking about Rockahula. The abandoned water park in between.
No, it's not. It's Vegas. It's on the coast. It's like where they shot Lost Boys or something. It's like over there. Like it's
oh, is it the Sunken City?
I think. Have you been over there?
I have not been over there. Had a couple friends go over there. If you crash there, somebody's gonna walk off with your quad.
Is it busy? Lots of people around there.
One of my friends that happened to.
Oh wow, that's nice.
That's when I arm and power up.
Scare the shit out of people. Have you made it out to the desert at all, or like get out?
Rockahula.
Yeah,
we've been to Rockahula 5-6 times, and it was sad. The last time we just took all the guys from the local group. What was it, like a month and a half ago or so? And the owners of all the days that we go, the owners show up in this big pickup truck and pull right through as we're sitting in the middle of the water park, and they go, "The fuck are you doing here?"
Oh shit!
Oh shit! They were there to start tearing it down. We told them, like, "Oh, dude, we're just here for fly quads and have fun. Nobody's doing anything stupid out here." And they're like, "Oh, cool. Thanks for being honest." And totally cool guy. He goes, "Just if you see construction equipment show up, just stay out of the way." I'm like, yeah, no problem. So they let us fly the rest of the day there.
Nice.
It's kind of sad because Rockahula is pretty much going to be gone.
It's a landmark for FPV guys, or anybody for that matter, because it's graffiti, photography, and all that. So yeah. So it happens. So at least you don't live in New York City where we have no bandos. Because as soon as they get literally me and my friend, we spot as one building that's being demoed, and we're like, oh, we gotta hit that before something happens. Yeah. We held off for about 2 weeks, came back, building gone. I was like,
what's the most here? Anything that looks like it's flyable will be gone if you look away.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's everybody. Everything's got money's been shot to infrastructure to rebuild areas. It's kind of gotten to that point because that seems pretty like something that's been happening over the last couple of years in everybody's city. Like Atlanta's the same way. Like we used to have a lot of city bandos, and then all of a sudden, that real estate just started getting sold and moved
recycled on. Right. I mean, that was the problem. That was the problem with New York is that we had the Gates of Hell, we had Pilgrim, and then there was a couple parks, and it was
Pilgrim's going by the wayside.
Pilgrim's going away. Yeah. So what's the most in your what's the most iconic place that what's your most favorite experience, like place you've flown, or like your most favorite experience getting out and flying?
Favorite experience getting out and flying?
Yeah, and
had to be Rampage last year.
Right on.
What was that? Yeah, had to be Rampage just because of all the different features, all the different places you could go, and
all the cool people.
Were you at the first year?
And the people.
Were you at the first year?
I didn't go the first year. No, I didn't.
That's actually where me and Chad met for the first time.
Yep. and that was amazing.
This was born from Rampage.
We're the old guard. We helped build all the damn obstacles, the obstacle course. Like, dude, sweating balls all day. But
oh damn.
So what was the most iconic, or what's your most favorite place to fly aside from that? Like, is there any place that was just like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm flying here?
Yeah, Rockahula.
Rockahula?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. There. So much fun.
I can imagine. It looks like it's a whole lot of fun.
The empty lazy river, just like it's like a Death Star run.
Oh,
flying through there. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a blast.
All right.
My phone got a message.
Have you got anything? We're going to start getting into videos here. Do you have anything you want to leave the audience with? Any advice for beginners or anything like that?
Crash a lot, break a lot of things, and have fun. Don't be afraid to baby your stuff. That was like I think the first year I was in FPV, 6 months to a year, I was like, oh, I can't break it, because I was so used to the helicopters. Like if you touched anything, it's like, oh shit, it's gonna blow up and you're done. Just go break it and have fun.
Yeah. Nice.
Break lots of stuff. It's a sign of a good time.
Chat, we're going to get into videos, but if you have any questions for Shy while he's still with us, drop them in the chat here. Risco would like to know where you're at in the country, which we know, but
Los Angeles, like right on the border of Los Angeles and Orange County. SoCal.
All right.
SoCal.
We'll keep the convo going. We're going to go ahead and get some videos rolling here. Let's see.
I remember when when I was young, I wanted to turn 18, get a fucking camper, and then drive across the country with my friends skateboarding. Never fucking did that. We were going to stop in Cali and just live there.
I like Cali. Cali's nice.
Wish I did it. I should have.
All right. Get into the first video of the evening. Spagoose.
Dab time.
Right.
And I'm here sober.
Same. Well, now you can watch YouTube, Shy, because you don't have to worry about your bandwidth as much.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it open because I hear you're just going, Shy, I want to see. I'm waiting for the video to.
Oh, and it goes.
He did things for him.
As soon as you started breaking up. The bandwidth.
What about the bandwidth? It's not about the particles tonight, so what about the bandwidth?
It's all about the bandwidth, baby.
Talk about bandwidth, baby.
That ain't a John Deere there, isn't it, Spagoose?
What'd you say?
I think Spagoose is flying near John Deere, but that don't look like no damn John Deere.
Why are you talking like that?
Somebody have a decoder ring?
I just saw a tractor trailer, and I was like, that's definitely got to be a tractor.
I think I'm having a hemorrhage.
Poke a finger in it and stick it out.
Oh, Gappa, come on.
Do it.
Do it. You don't got the cojones.
Yo, Spagoose, send me that raw file of you flying over those birds. I'm gonna fucking voice David Attenborough over it.
I want to hear that.
That'd be
You heard it here. You heard it here tonight, guys.
So Shy, you have kids. How you think you'll ever get them into flying?
Well, he did try with his daughter.
I know.
Yeah, I think my younger one, our baby, is going to be yeah. She already picks up the quads. She put my radio. I think she's going to be into it big time.
You got tiny whoops?
No, I don't. I don't right now. She's not quite there yet, but pretty close. She's almost 3, so
start them young.
Yep.
But I'm young. Look at Pepper. Pepper is like the youngest one. How old is Pepper now? He's not even like 9 years old yet.
I mean, Jivo
It flies better than most people you know.
Jivo is just
Jivo's turned 10.
just turned
Pepper's
10.
younger than Jivo.
Have you seen Jivo, Shy?
Mm-mm.
He's Flyfish's young boy, and he's been hanging out with Bubby a lot, and like it's gonna be pretty amazing to see him come up. You have to keep your eye on that kid. Jivo.
That's
FPV.
Bubby's Kohai.
Yeah.
Bubby Senpai.
He's part of the young. He's part of the young Rippers with Bubby.
Oh, part of the okay, yeah. All those guys are murderers.
Fucking kids, bro. Gotta love them.
Night flight.
But snow. It's gotta be up here somewhere. Who's this? I cannot lie. I have yet to fly at night.
Well,
actually, no. I can't say that. I flew whoops at night. Does that count?
I mean, I guess. I used to fly at night all the time, but yeah, I don't really like how DJI handles stuff at night as much.
The air unit's not bad.
Yeah,
it's pretty comparable to the
like I said,
signals at
the
night.
Polar's cool, but the air unit has the same camera I'm running, and it's trash in dark.
Yeah, that's one
The
thing.
DJI camera is terrible in the dark.
And that's partially why I keep my analog builds going more, is because I fly at night more times than not.
The Polar is cool, but it is not a run cam at night. I'm sorry, it is not. It's.
I don't like the frame rate on it. Ooh, this looks like a fun spot.
Does.
He's killing it.
I love the fact that he's going. I have same thing too. I like how he goes indoors and you got the little loops right there on the top by the parking. That's dope.
Spot like that, man.
Fuck
Dude,
yeah, man. This is.
I'm tired of lots.
He's just mad that your boy's not hanging out with you.
Yeah,
You know who your boy is, right?
To a parking lot, it makes a difference.
He miss his buddy with the camo pants.
Who is this?
Mikey FPV.
Where is he from? Does he say?
Mikey FPV.
This is definitely.
It's Florida,
Definitely a new-
really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. That's Florida night sand, right?
Yes.
Wait, did you see the mountains?
Yeah, I see it. It's right behind that tree right there. I mean, as long as you have some kind of ambient light in the background, light pole and like that, you'll be alright.
Yeah.
But anything less than that, yeah, it gets a little problematic. Cool.
Rest in peace, your GoPro's fucking light though. That shit sucks. Like certain lighting, man. Once it gets to a certain point, you can't see shit.
ISO 6400 all night long.
All the grain.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, yeah, absolutely.
Believe it or not, though, the action.
This is here we go. This is gyro flow versus real steady. This is interesting.
Fuck that. He's somewhere in the beach somewhere. That's what we want to see.
That's a very good one.
I can't wait for Gyroflow's Resolve plugin because that's gonna be a beast.
They're gonna release
Oh, this is nice.
Resolve plug.
Yeah, when they're doing an open effects plugin for DaVinci Resolve that will allow you you could do actual camera footage. Like you could do a red Komodo or a Blackmagic RAW. You can work in native file formats rather than having to run it through the system. You can do it right in Resolve. You don't have to.
That might be a game changer.
That's going to be the game changer, big time. And myself and somebody have been looking into hacking SteadXP to use a SteadXP gyro with Gyroflow. But
that's dope. I can't wait for that because I mean, not that I really use so much stabilization besides the action too, but yeah, stabilization software on the Resolve. Yeah.
Shy, do you find yourself
use a GoPro or some kind of external gyro to...
I'm assuming
you can use the gyro. You can use the GoPro gyro, or you can use an. They're building some hardware, and there's actually some really interesting hardware in development. But you can still use a flight controller with a micro SD. I was gonna ask Shy, are you a big stabilization guy, or do you run anything without?
Just, I'm not a big prop changing guy. So whatever the base hyper smooth, you know, where I don't have to worry about jacked up props. That's my game.
I used
to play around with ND filters, but I just kept breaking them, and I actually do the window tint sometimes, but lately I've just been running with nothing.
Just guys aware, if you're in California and you see somebody tint the windows and they're missing this one little square in the corner of the windows, you know where he got from.
There.
Shy has been here.
Shy has been. Yo, where place is that? This has to be like somewhere in Italy or Spain. This can't be nowhere around here. This is beautiful, this scenery.
This is smooth as hell, though.
So this is the time when the quad doesn't find the water.
Right.
But it could be a 6-inch puddle, and it's going to find that fucking puddle.
Yeah, exactly.
In a heartbeat.
Oh, speaking of water, holy cow.
The first time I got a little
gorgeous.
I was like, I'm gonna fly this around the house. There's nothing to crash into. Bro, it found the cat bowl.
Always.
Yeah, my whoop finds some cat dish for sure.
All the spots it could have fucking landed.
I know everybody's gone through this. Ever freaking you flying, right? And you're flying. You're like, yo, I'm not gonna hit that, and then you go right into it.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
But it's never the gap that you intended.
Yeah.
No. You saw it maybe through the corner of your eye, or maybe like, you know, you pre-tempted, oh, I'm gonna fly this, but I'm not gonna hit that. And sure enough, you go fly, you hit that one thing you didn't want to hit.
Have you
meant to hit it.
Have you gone out and done much long range, Shy? Have you gotten a long range at all?
I had. Oh well, that's my 7-inch. And what did I get out to? Like 1.5 miles. And I was like, you know,
it's just not fun.
Number one, the RF here is so bad. The RF background is horrible in the city.
Yeah.
So I was down to like 1 bar at 1.5 miles, and I just didn't want to walk that far if I
it's a long walk of shame. Yeah.
Beautiful.
What about flying over water? Do you get out over the ocean?
Not over the ocean much. You get a lot of tickets out here for around the beaches. But we got a few pretty good parks with lakes. Not too bad.
Watch them landing, fall right to the crack, right into the water.
Hit the deck.
Wait, the guy's landing the deck. So why are you talking about hit the deck? Get it? Oh, never mind. You're slow.
I got your pun.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Chi, you get to know me. I'm useless. I'm full of useless information and randomly say things that may not quite make sense at the time. Believe me, watch Bubby's video when he went to Gates of Hell. They called me my own, debacles.
Yeah, a lot of quads have gone down near Gates of Hell in the water.
Oh yes, tons, including me and a bunch of planes.
And a lot of planes. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of wings.
A lot of planes have gone in that fucking water. You have no idea. I think fish are going. Is there a fucking airport like right on top of us?
Hey,
have you flown a wing, Shy?
No, I'm wanting to dabble in it because all of our friends are getting into it. And the chase last weekend, a couple weekends ago, yeah, I want to, but
they're fun.
Another addiction. Yeah.
It's so fun. Wings, not planes. Wings is so much fun. It's a different animal, It's like you can fly a quad, but when you start getting into wing, it's like you're flying brand new again for your first time because all the maneuvers you think you could do with a plane, you can't do. Especially with a wing, because a wing you don't have yaw authority. Everything is just,
Talk about explosive crashing though, man. When you crash a wing, they just blow up. They just blow up.
We were, what was it? Howard was when we were chasing that twin suit. Howard was flying he has a 60-inch Team Legit. I can't remember what model it is, but he hit so hard that he launched the weights out of the front of the foam.
Right.
It was that bad. Like all the weights went out.
Ouch.
Yeah, I hit a race gate with mine, and it just disintegrated, man. Blew both the wings off of it.
So if I was gonna get a starter fixed wing, recruit or Zod talent, what would you recommend?
I love the recruits. I really like the recruits. Yeah, and there's another version. There's another name. You can get them on eBay, mad cheap. What the hell was it called? Do you remember, Tech? It was like there's the recruit branded one, and then there's the identical one you can get on eBay. But they're pretty easy to build. There's plenty of room. It's a really good starting point.
I forgot it's a clone of the AR, but even the AR itself is not too expensive. But I got an AR mini for like $60.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. It's the AR. That's what it's the AR wing.
Because like the Zods,
the same thing.
The regular AR, you got the AR Pro. The Pro is the 1100 millimeter. Sucker's big. The AR Mini, the cool thing about that one is that one you can still use a lot of your FPV equipment on it because it comes standard with a 2206 motor, and you can run a freaking 5-blade 5-inch prop and you're good to go. And I think it's a beater. Now, the only thing I recommend if you do get that though, laminate it to give it that extra protection. Because it's durable. Don't get me wrong. I've seen that thing crash head on, no problem. If not, if you want to spend a little bit more money and you want to cruise but still balls out, the Goblin is another one.
Yeah, Goblins are cool. I want to build a Capriana. I want to build a Cappy.
Yeah, Cappy.
Shout out, hit the deck.
Hellfire. Stevens. Oh, it's Asylum.
Us's with their damn fucking summer.
I want to come down under. I want to come down under.
He wants to play with your knife.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Australia. Shai, have you traveled much? Have you gotten out of the country?
Yeah, I've been to Europe. Mostly France and Russia, but.
Oh yeah, where'd you go? St. Pete's or Moscow?
I took a cruise from St. Petersburg to Moscow.
Oh, wicked!
On the river, it was amazing. Trip of a lifetime.
I used to date a chick from St. Petersburg.
Yeah,
it was in my wild days. Yeah, it was. Я говорю чуть-чуть по-русски. I speak a bit of Russian.
Like fucking Russian Yiddish. Sorry, I'm concerned.
I used to know all the barnyard animals and stuff, you know. I could pick up Russian chicks. I knew enough Russian to pick up Russian chicks, without problems. And the funny thing was because if you meet a Russian chick and you know just enough Russian to start the conversation, like that's like an instant in almost, like right out the gate. Because like an American guy knows some Russian, they're like, "Whoa, you speak Russian?" Like chut po-ruski.
I don't have to go through all that. They just look at me as like, "Oh, you Latino? That's enough." There you go. Go for it. I am that forbidden fruit.
What, you spent time in France too?
Yeah, we were there for a week and a half in France, and then
right on.
Flight over to St. Pete.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Went to all the beaches in Normandy. That was a experience.
I used to fly helicopters in Europe. Like that's when I was on tour. I had a helicopter in my work box, like I said, and I had a T-Rex 450 and a trainer in my work box, and we would be like in Germany ripping helicopters behind the gig, like.
Hey, T-Rex are no joke though. Those move, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can fly. I can do invert. I used to be able to fly inverted on a heli, pretty decently, and I could do some things. I wasn't great, but I was competent.
Have you, Chad? Have you watched Fuse fly a helicopter?
No, I don't think I've ever seen Fuse fly a heli. No.
Hey, he goes ham like that. He does the TikToks and all that jazz. I'm just
I
like
do TikToks and stuff. Yeah.
He's a nut job. I wish he was. If people know more, I wish people could see more of his flying, but he never posted anything. This kid can fly.
I mean, the good thing about learning to fly a chopper is, dude, just like I do a lot of line of sight testing on my macros and stuff, and I feel really comfortable doing basic line of sight stuff with my quads when I'm just testing and tuning, and I think having some basic line of sight skills is really helpful.
That's what I was going to ask. Is going from helis to FPV had to be, like
it
nothing.
Well, it took a little getting used to because of the fixed view, and you're not worried about orientation as much anymore. You know what I mean? Like with a mini quad trying to fly line of sight, it's so easy to lose orientation. With a bigger, like a macro, it's not as bad. But even with helis, man, like anything smaller than a 450 was easy to lose orientation, when you're trying to do like gyro type maneuvers in 3D or something like it.
And as you get enough distance away from you definitely lose the orientation.
Yeah, and you get away from yourself, get some distance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of like, it took me a while because like when I got into drones, I was introduced to drones from the racing perspective. Freestyle wasn't even on my radar for ages. Like I was just like, drone racing? What's this about? Like, and so I instantly was like trying to just figure out how to like go through gates and stuff, and wasn't really doing flippy floppy as much, at first. And I was really race focused in the beginning.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I went from learning to fly about a month into flying, right into racing, and then I just started breaking parts left and right, and I was like, screw this, I'm sticking to freestyle.
I mean, I was a freaking gamer head my whole life, so like, flying stuff in games, Star Wars Pod Racer was one of my favorite shits ever, you know what I mean? Like, so that whole thing was just very attractive to me when I learned about drone racing, and and I had, I mean, in terms of like understanding how to fly, it came pretty natural to me, but in terms of like getting smooth and style and stuff, when I started actually looking to freestyle, that took me a little while, and I'm still growing with that, to be honest.
I've always been obsessed with things that fly and wanting to fly. I wanted to be a fighter jet pilot.
Yeah, I did too. I wanted to be a fly. If my eyes weren't bad, if my eyes were not bad, I would have joined the Air Force.
Okay, so
when I fly FPV, I think of Star Wars, so.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Top Gun, learning to fly, all that. Nintendo 64, Firefox.
Firefox, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Firefox for sure.
I mean, dude, when I was like 9 years old, I had an AH-64 Apache simulator game. Like, I would, bro, it was ridiculous. Like, I was on my
I come from a different end. Like, I definitely had aspirations to be a fighter pilot. Any kid that played fucking Sky Fox or whatever we were just saying and fucking watched
Star Fox, that's what
I still want to be a fighter pilot.
And like, fucking
that dream never died.
Tom Cruise movies, like, of course, but like I came in, I saw people dive in buildings, and I was like I was always addicted to freestyle sports and all,
right?
Like bikes,
skateboarding, and X Games, and
snowboarding.
Stuff, yeah.
X Games was my jam, and this was like, okay, I can go do some crazy shit,
right,
and I don't break a leg,
nice,
I don't bruise. I can go down a building.
I mean, look at it this way though. If you have any grown up playing skateboard, I mean, it's pretty much a good way to simulate people about FPV.
That's what the videos reminded me of. Were old skate videos, like
our half pipes, our half banks, and our boxes is the air and obstacles.
Who is this? Is this PDevX?
No, this is Vanover. I think this is PDevX.
This is his course. Yeah, this is his spot. I recognize it's up in the northwest.
Yeah, it's a crazy spot.
Definitely. I can imagine people will be like that come to that spot. I know they're flying there. It's like, why do they have these boxes? Like these rings, but nobody can sit in them, like that right there. Like that. To me, when I saw that half wall there, I'm just thinking it's a wall ride for mountain biking.
I just think it's a paintball course.
No, he should have made that shit for drones.
Yeah, exactly. But when I first looked at it, I was like, yo, that's a wall ride for bikes.
I remember the first time I saw
property
him
too, if I'm not mistaken.
Like some backwards shit through those little cubes. I'm like, holy shit. Save some
I mean,
for the rest
dude,
of us.
when I started flying drones, like, people weren't doing half the shit we're doing today. I mean, you know,
Not
even half, man. I mean, the Matty flip wasn't even a thing when I started. Like, you know, like, and it was amazing. So it's been an amazing journey to watch how pilot, you know, what styles, like, you know, Spang and Steez and frickin', you know, all these new styles that have come along, and as the tech has caught up to what the pilot abilities or vice versa, it's been an amazing journey to watch. You know,
yeah,
like,
that game of Leapfrog.
Yeah.
That right there was sick.
Yeah. Just that
Yeah,
continuous rotation.
yeah.
It is weird though.
I love
That,
flying areas like this.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's insane.
That reversal fucking trippy. Yeah, that's fucking bananas.
Need to get back out to the spot that's around here that's just like that.
Yeah, I've been telling you to go there back, and you still haven't gone back there, bitch.
Dude, I haven't flown in like fucking 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm on the same page.
I've been
Just
flown
first time flying.
3 weeks at least.
I've been flying sim, but that's about it.
Same.
I mean, I don't like to bring my personal life into this though, but like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, so I haven't been on the air, but my grandma my aunt passed away, so I was like, fuck it, one in a row, you know, so I had to drive to PA. I brought my gear with me, and unfortunately I got sick, so I was like, oh fuck, I couldn't get even a pack in. And then on top of that I was gonna suck it up, but like, yeah, I don't care if I'm sick, I'm gonna go fly. I go look out the windows early in the morning. There was actually a skating park like 5 minute drive from where I was at. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit that spot, and I know nobody's gonna be there because it's fucking school day and it's cold or whatever. And look out the window, it's fucking snowing. I'm like, you cocksucker. Fuck, it was meant to be.
the way it always works out.
Is this George FPV?
This is Lauren FPV.
Lauren?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm just rolling with it.
Leorn, I think.
Dude.
It looks like Leorn.
Yeah, I don't
Or Leon.
know.
Kills it.
Skills, bro. Benoit.
Benoit. God bless
Is he-
Benoit, bro. He has no idea we mutilated his name on this show so many times.
We?
I mean, you guys keep saying it.
This
I'm
dude
just
doesn't watch
saying.
this stream either. I just like this pilot.
No, I like to,
Filipino? It sounds like he's Filipino, like Filipinos. Oh.
Yo, shout out to Swift Duck for killing it on the playlist each and every fucking week. I'm just putting that out there. Y'all fucking give Greg props for bringing you guys some fucking new killer pilots to check out.
Was this Florida? Looks like Florida.
It looks like Florida.
Hello.
There's
It's
mountains.
definitely Florida. There's mountains. Those are vertical mountains. Yeah, this is what, in France, I think this is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It isn't though. That's, you could be there all fucking day and still not hit everything. But he's probably gonna show everything that's there to fly. Look at that. You know that's a local spot. That would have happened by us. That would have been freaking a hole in a wall within a week. That or crack can't take over it, so.
Hey, what's going on? Hi.
Oh, Immelman.
I do miss all the time. It's the plane thing.
Hey, Greg. Cha.
Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Greg. Cha.
I got it, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Fuck yes, too.
You guys are great at keeping it quiet. Pretty dope spot. Shout out to the European guys, bro. They still got spots like this. Oh,
I'll tell you,
sick run.
the only good thing about snow is you have the potential of chasing snowmobiles. Did you see Spoonie's video chasing snowmobiles? That shit was dope.
Well, for like a week or two, and that's it.
Depends on where
Well,
you're at.
depending on-
Colorado, those dudes got snow.
Oh yeah, well, Canada.
It's not quite Canada, bro. Canada.
No, I'm saying and Canada. Hey, I mean, Florida's got snow. I mean, some of that Colombian snow.
No
They got it.
snow.
Yeah, they got that lake candy snow.
This is Dr. Maka.
Nice chill spot.
Yeah. Park is pretty much his.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, by me, the park is like, it's mine until it gets warmer. Once it gets warmer, forget about it.
It looks like he's there early.
Yeah. I mean, the only cool thing about the spot, yeah. The only cool thing about the spot that I fly, it's an MMA field, so we have rights to be there by the city, which is very rare. Because New York City is definitely a no-fly zone period. So it's one of the very few kind of gray area spots that we can fly at. So we have no problem being there.
Did you guys get the fogs at the AMA field?
Fogs?
Fucking old guys.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Wait, did somebody create an account?
You know who I'm talking about. You can't FPV here. That's not allowed.
Here's a funny story. So a lot of these guys were against it because these guys been flying that same spot for like 20 plus years. And fast forward to now, all these motherfuckers are flying TX-16s and DJI goggles. The same motherfuckers that were bitch that you like, I'm gonna use against them, fogs. They're all flying. They were against it. They say, you know what? We don't need that. They were all Team Spectrum and line of sight, blah 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 blah. So I didn't see them for like one season. Went back last season. I see all these motherfuckers flying DJI and TX-16 Crossfire. I was like, what the fuck happened here?
Change of heart really fast.
Yeah, and actually one guy came and I kept it private because he wanted me to keep it private because I guess where he works at, he wanted me to record him. And this guy was asking everybody for their fucking MMA, their membership. And I'm looking, I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. I ain't even telling you shit.
That? Have you flown that AMA field out in LA there? It's got that, do you know, oh shit.
Apollo Field?
It has like that crazy structure in the FPV section. Yeah.
Travis is always out there.
I went out there with Bill Brissett from BQE. A couple of my boys fly out there all the time. And what's the guy from Hyperlow? What the hell's his name? You know that guy? He does the Hyperlow frames. Yeah, I can't remember his actual name. But that's a pretty cool little spot. But there's a bunch of fogs on the one part. But that's a cool part. Yeah, that's a cool park because you have an FPV area, at least.
They're flying like $20,000-$25,000 jets over there.
Yeah.
And then I love that spot because they came to me looking for batteries. And that place is totally solar autonomous.
Right.
So it has two of our Rely-On batteries in there, two big ones. And except for when it's raining and they don't have sun for 3 or 4 days, they have fully unsupported power, like totally self-sufficient.
So you know Kevin Paschal?
Broke a motor.
By chance?
One quad.
I know the name, but I haven't met him.
Right on.
No.
Yeah.
I think we've interacted a little bit on Facebook, yeah. But I haven't, like I said,
he was one of the first LA guys. So do you remember they did, you remember the Rainbow Road races they used to do out there? So back...
that spot is about an hour and 40 minutes from me. So
really? Is it that far?
I think I've been there like 3 times.
I was doing a gig with Dior in Laguna Beach, and my boy Ryan, who's the one that actually got me in FPV, he's like, dude, you got some time? He goes, they're doing a big race tonight. I'm going to come into LA. He lived in Arizona. He drove from Arizona picked me up, and we went down to LA, and we went to Rainbow Road and did the races down there one night. It was fucking awesome.
Rainbow Road, shit, that was when Jeff...
That's Arizona Night Tracks. Those guys were putting on the course.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, well, they put the course together because Arizona Night Tracks did all the LED courses. So Rainbow Road was at night. the whole race was at night.
Jeff Calidrone was.
Yeah, Jeff Calidrone. Yeah.
I fly with him. I've flown with him a few times.
Shit.
I don't hear from him very often anymore. I don't think he's even into FPV.
I think he kind of took a step back, like a lot of people have. This last 2 years, a lot of people have kind of backed out a little bit. I think there's just so much going on, with all the bullshit. So like.
Well, and you got to figure too, hobbies, no matter how much we love them, they all have a shelf life.
They definitely can.
Some people get out, they get in.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
It depends on how
it has its own life cycle. I mean,
it also depends on your interaction, though, because there are people out there that just get into the hobby just because of the sheer aspect of it, or because you could fly. And then other people are tinkers, people that like to play around with stuff. And you get that when you start searching online and so forth. You get people like that.
And there's also some people that get into it to be some sort of a star, and then when that doesn't happen, they get discouraged and they bounce, And I actually met Jeff Calidrone at Rainbow Road. That was the first night I ever met Jeff. Yeah, and then met him. Kevin Pashkow was diving the fucking buildings in LA, dude. It was so insane. What is it? It was like the Citibank building or whatever the hell that is in there. I can't remember what the hell. Yeah,
it was the round one in Independence Day that they fire the laser into. Yeah,
he was. Yep. And like when I was out there, I was visiting with Bill from BQE, and I was doing a gig out there with Sony actually, but I ended up I stayed for an extra week at Bill's spot, and we hung out. But Kevin's super dope, and he actually knows, like, there's a spot, he's like, you got to be careful with homeless people, but like that's the spot to rip that. He showed me on the map like where to go to rip the fucking building and shit. Like it gave me the whole fucking scoop.
We keep saying we're gonna hit downtown LA, and then we just never get up early enough on the weekend to go do it.
Yeah, he said he really want to go like 2 to 4 in the morning to get it, like do it right and get away with it. He's like, the only thing you have to worry about at that point is the homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, guys, I hate to say it.
You got a jam?
I've had so much fun, but I gotta bounce.
Yeah, we're getting close to wrapping anyways. But Shai, thank you so much.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning there.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I'll cut back to Zoom for really quick before you jam. As soon as this video's done, a couple seconds. I gotta refresh the playlist anyways. And we actually have your videos coming up.
Let me move it to the next video. So.
Okay.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's awesome. You don't have to, but that's awesome.
No, I'm pumped about this video actually.
30 seconds and I'm gonna cut out. Give me 1 sec.
Dude, the fucking arm.
You're gonna cut a break like that, bro? You selfish beep.
Alright. It'll be next in the playlist.
We'll just
Anyway, well, thank you so much for freaking hanging out and coming.
Dude, it's fun.
Spend a little time, man.
That's the thing about this community is, like, I mean, we're all over the place, but you get around other people in FPV and it's just like you're home.
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes effortless with somebody you barely know. It's such a nice feeling.
It's weird though, because on top of adding to saying that, like, we think there's a lot of people, but the core of the people out there is small. You bump into them, and like you said, it's like a 6-degree separation. You know somebody that knows that somebody, and that somebody may know me, and vice versa. So I love this hobby way better. Love it.
I mean, the thing about this hobby is, like, it was like you were talking about, Shai. Like, man, I mean, I started off, I was already a nerd. I was always into tinkering and all that stuff, and it was like, holy shit, there's this hobby where I can build quads, and they're made out of carbon fiber, and they're actually durable, unlike a helicopter. And I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars repairing the top end of this helicopter every fucking
that was the big
day
draw for me.
And then, but then it led me into and I grew up as a photography major, and I was always doing like video work and stuff like that. But then when I oh wow, we can get footage. And oh wow, 3D printing, and oh wow, and it led me down this path of this maker path of 3D printing, and then I'm gonna have to learn how to design shit. So I'm gonna learn Fusion and fucking Vectorworks and fucking Blender and all this shit.
Checks all the boxes.
All the boxes, most definitely. It's an amazing hobby, and I love to share it with everybody. The community's fucking rad. Yeah. It's definitely a rad community. Well, we're gonna watch your video next, but you can kick out whenever. But man, thank you so much for being our guest tonight, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
It's been a blast, bro.
Hey, it's been awesome, man.
Lots of fun.
It's such a cool show, man.
Yeah. Very grateful.
To get to know you some more.
Very grateful to have you and get to know you a little better, and hopefully we can link, man. Like, if you get out,
we can get out west.
Ever come out to Cali? Like anybody that watches the show or hears about it, anybody that comes to Cali, look at North Orange County FPV.
North. Okay, cool.
North Orange Cali. Cool. Doom Rider in the house. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I was chatting with him yesterday. Now, see, I'm going to make me stay for a minute and say hi to him.
All right, well, let's fire off your video. But yeah, man, thank you again. And we'll definitely have to come back and fucking hang with us again, man. For sure.
Yeah, you bet, fellas. Anytime, man.
All right, let's check out this. This is Shy's band video. Let's check it out.
Dope.
Dude, I'm a band geek, so I'm fucking loving this right now. I did the fucking drum line for years.
I bet the kids were freaking out.
Yeah.
Play snare.
Kids love this shit, right?
The kids were eating it up. The other guys, Brandon and Moose, that went with us to fly also, they had, obviously tiny whoops, with the Beta FPV, SMO 4K whatever camera on it, and they were the kids were putting their arms up and they were doing power loops to their arms, and they were just loving it.
That's freaking awesome.
What's the other? It's the other interesting thing about this hobby, though, is like I'm showing filmmakers, people that are we're just purists into filmmaking, and they see pictures of our quads and what are you guys doing with the camera on there or whatever? I'm like, dude, you guys see what we're actually doing? And then when you show them the footage, it's just mind blowing. Like the shots that we're able to capture are just unreal.
Looking right now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, if you jump forward to about, I think there's actually, for you, Greg, I think it's about the 2.5 minute mark. We just cover the drum line in this one take, and it's right there up in their face.
Nice. I mean, adding to what Chad was saying about cinematography. I mean, look at movies. I mean, look at Red Notice. Red Notice, all the chase. Well, majority of the chasing was done with a drone. So
the ambulance. There's a bunch of
ambulance.
Stuff in there.
I'm waiting for that one. It's supposed to drop this month, right? That movie is supposed to come out this month.
I think so.
Right? I'm waiting for that. But on the flip side of it is, and people in the chat, people here that's speaking right now. Now, when you watch a movie you've never seen before, you look at footy and you see a dive or up close. You wonder, was that done with a drone or not?
There you go, Greg. Drum line.
Yeah, that's the part that really gets me with this is the audio and video were recorded at separate times, and the kids' timing, both in the audio and the video, is dead nuts on.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Awesome.
Like the fog effect.
Having good timing is key.
Dude, this particular stuff has lended I've used what I've learned in drumline and just movements and how things go, and I've incorporated that into how I fly. Because I did indoor percussion competitive shit, and it's a little bit more fast paced than what they're doing on the field now. And the movements you do kind of are similar to how you'd be moving forward, yaw, move back, and then fucking kind of just do cool grid patterns that you similarly use on quads.
Makes sense.
Hey guys,
the rhythm thing, man. That's
take it easy, brother.
Time.
So much.
Mad love, brother. It's great to have you, dude.
Much love.
We look forward to next time. Much love.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That was awesome, man.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was so
Thanks
cool.
for sharing that.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, dude. Sick Ripper. If you hadn't, check him out. Go sub his channel. Give him some love. CwoodFPV.
Demons, our resident demon from down under.
He's playing some nice España, música de España. Con los cazadores.
Nice, King Turkey. Airdropping people shit with a 7-inch. Hope everybody's good.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's nice, bro. What kind of supplies? What kind of supplies? Is food, water, or
Harmonica
trees?
sucks and blows. Oh, ba-dum-dum.
Demons ripping it up. Where is this spot? It's crazy.
There's Antonio Banderas with his fucking suitcase, or guitar case rocket launcher. Let's go.
The mariachi, Desperado. You know, so yeah, people didn't realize that and Desperado was actually based off a low budget Mexican movie. You didn't know that?
I think I might have heard that before, but
it's actually the original actor was actually one of the guitarists in the movie Desperado that got killed.
Right.
He was the original. He was the original guy. The original movie was called El Mariachi, and they just used him in the movie.
Yeah, mariachi. Yeah, I seen it.
Spagoos, have a good night, brother.
You think I like this? Wait. You think I'm a You know what? You're right. I like this. This is nice. Great. Now I gotta speak with a fucking lisp the rest of the freaking night.
Yes, you have to. If you don't, you're
box,
fired.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and
I speak the lisp of good night with an accent.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's it. They were good. Well, that's the. It's Desperado, and then Mariachi's the first one. Desperado 1, 2, and then once the third movie, I think. But what is it? Is this like a resort or a venue place? I'm trying to figure out what this place is. Is it a venue? I don't know.
It's a nice FPV spot.
Well,
I love how as FPV pilots we look at properties completely different than other
Yeah, than everybody else.
yeah.
You're sitting there looking up at an arch at the top of a building. Like, wow, that's a nice arch.
Dude, you know that's so raw. Like literally, when I was driving to PA from my aunt's bank, everywhere I look is like, should I come back and hit that spot? Should I come and look at that spot? Should I pay attention to the road? Wait, this is a spot that I could try to fly if I come back.
It's an abandoned horse.
Driving down the street with somebody that doesn't fly FPV, and you'd be like, "Whoa, look at that office park," and then in front of me, like, "What?
The fuck is wrong with you?"
Like you have no idea, bro. That was built for me.
It was built exactly. Well, at the same time, though, as being, thinking out the box, you actually appreciate architecture now because looking for the architecture is like, yeah, I can hit that.
Yeah, seriously, I never really
they all look like skateboards.
appreciated it as much. Yeah.
There you go.
Everything's a ramp or a gap.
A gap.
Rail or transition. But to be honest with you, the first
slanted roofs.
I used to race 4-wheelers, and that
a-
was the first thing that really turned. Well, I guess bikes.
That's a
Turned
bando.
land into playground.
Rotobob.
Bob.
Yo, Demon said that spot is a bando.
Yeah, it's
spot
an
that
abandoned horse dancing place, he said.
It must have been recent though, because all the freaking foliage is so good.
Horse dancing. And shit.
It's Australia. Everything there is prehistoric, bro. Everything
Dance for money.
What the?
Dancing horses.
And a
Dancing
llama.
for money. Do what they want you to do.
Don't forget, I can do a fucking split ass.
We're going to be doing some crashing anyway, though.
Bick. Oh, somebody's cock blocking you. Wait, 5-way chase. Jesus Christ. And I say 5-way because look at the one that's chasing them. That's gotta be mayhem. Oh, that's a dope spot. Florida? Or is it in Cali?
It's Rotor Bob. I think he's in Cali.
Oh, there, right? Yeah, Rotobob, Newbie Drones, right?
Yeah.
Cali. What? You know that half of them saw that trench and all that was Star Wars. I'm gonna call it as I see it.
Oh man! Oh man! Down.
Maddie Blunt is gonna slide in the DM just for you. Oh!
Ouch.
Ouch! Watch what happens, Demon.
Ripping this shit.
Ripping something off. That's a sound of the poop.
That was a fun day.
That's a sign of the beat.
We got some really cool footage, some good crash footage. And that's about it.
Word.
What else can you ask for? Really? I didn't see the sign, and it broke my GoPro.
Ooh, that's sexy, Maddie.
Well, Jimmy Freak,
Is it weird that I get a sinking feeling in my stomach when I saw that sign? The Best Buy
Gary,
sign?
but no, you felt it. Shake that ass, baby.
Is that
Shake
what you
that
just
ass.
built, Maddie? That's cool.
That's what I'm saying, right?
That's fucking dope. Oh, this is Bubby's skate video. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is fun.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop.
You need to play like some real deep disco music.
That was dope.
That was dope. Will Brown says it's bad when you walk into Best Buy, you hear "Hi, Will." You sure it wasn't not? You sure it wasn't? They were shaking their head and like, not this guy again.
It's like Cheers.
Yeah, they are. You'd be surprised, man. They're still around. I'm a big one here in New York, but they close it down because, you know, that's a lot.
Best Buy knows Will Brown well. Yes, it is probably bad.
He says "Hi, Will," and that's not "Hi, Will." They're shaking their head going, "That guy again." It's dope. Who's this?
Min Chan.
Take a fuck him. Just because I like him. Yeah.
Of course.
Probably, wait, this is when he was in New York, though, I'm assuming. Because that.
It must be it's rare to see a freestyle video for him, so I gotta share what I do.
It's rare to see him a freestyle video. I know you can freestyle, but it's rare to catch him through the freestyle video.
Yeah. And it's always nasty.
Man.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, so it picks me out. This kid's an animal, bro.
He's an alien.
He's in a different world, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit bananas, bro.
He's like a fucking ice skater.
Oh, you're right about that.
I can see that. I've been working on that swing movement where he like goes backwards but keeps his momentum nice and quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on that.
I do that as well. The trick to doing that is you gotta just throw the fucking thing at
Yeah,
it.
you just yeet the fucking thing.
Yeet the shit out of it. You literally you go full speed, you get close to your subject, and you yeet the bitch and just let the momentum carry you. That's the easy way to.
Hell yeah.
Just throttle up and pitch forward as you're yelling.
No, just yeet it. Seriously, that's the quickest way to do it. Just go at a speed you're comfortable with, and time your subject, and just yeet the shit out of it, and you'll just the momentum will carry you and do what the fuck you want to do with it. That's how I do mine. Just yeet the shit out of it. But I mean, he's. Oh.
Right.
That was the last one anyway.
All right, kids. Fuck yeah. So we were. That's it for our playlist this week.
Yeah, we out.
Shout out to our guest, the one and only Shy Woodruff, aka CwoodFPV. Definitely check him out. Fucking killer pilot.
Yeah, go give him some
awesome person.
Really awesome dude, man.
And
great pilot.
He's a good dude.
Make sure you tune in next week, same time, same sandbox, for the one and only Rue FPV. Excited to have her come on board for a chat. And y'all be good. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fucking send it. Be safe out there. Fucking get some packs in. Have some fun. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, everyone.
Peace.
Got it.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we got to get Min-Chan to be a Goonie. Let's do that.
Not gonna happen. Let's do that. First Korean. First. I don't think he'd be the first Asian guy as a goon. He probably don't even know who the fuck we are.
Kaio's kind of technically Asian, isn't he?
Yeah. Kind of, because half Filipino or Japanese.
Bye.
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 If not, some say he's still eating to this day. And you can come on the next show. That's how we start the show. You go and eat.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody.
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.